Oh, thank you. Well, there goes the Daverhood. Good morning, everybody, and welcome on this Saturday morning. It is, oh my God, it's the 1st of August. And hasn't this year just flown by? What are you? Is it day 936 of the pandemic? Am I a little off on that? Is that about where we are? Ladies and gentlemen, here on Dave's, pardon me, on Dave's Gone By with me, Dave Lefkowitz. Saturday, we're here every Saturday from 9 until noon or thereabouts Eastern time with a mix of humor and talk and culture and fun, because it's so important to have fun during these times. And let's see, what else do I need to tell you? I don't really need to tell you that much else. We'll just go right into our theme music, and then I'll let you know what's on the show.
Good morning. There goes the Daverhood. And there was much rejoicing.
Didn't your meds kick in yet?
Yeah, David Lefkowitz here. He's a Long Island arts guy. He's got his own radio show.
I want you all to really enjoy a wonderful program done by a fine artist.
A glorious thing of unparalleled beauty.
Dave's Gone By. Dave is one of my very favorite broadcasters, so keep on listening to Mr. Dave.
Yes, it's the Dave's Gone By, Facebookio, Podcastio, Programmio of the stream with me, Dave Lefkowitz. This is our 700, if I could just get my throat to clear, my 757th episode of the program. We're calling it Augmented because, well, I'm kind of demented. We're all demented at the moment, and it's August, the 1st of August of 2020. So we have a demented and augmented segment or episode for you. And here, and what's going to be cool is it's really an eclectic mix of everything that we do. And I think we do well. I can't speak for all of you, but what also is really heartening is that so many of you tune in. And actually, I'm looking at my Zoom feed. I really should be looking at my Facebook feed so that I see all yous. Oh, be nice. So maybe I need to do it this way. And that would be easier, I guess. Here we go. Just so I can see the messages when they come through, although my darling and adorable wife, Joyce, she kind of tends to that, and she does the watch party stuff. And when you see those cute little icons and those posty things, that's her. That's her handiwork, and you know, very happy and proud that she does that. But anyway, here's some of the stuff, or virtually all of the stuff that we're going to be doing on this particular episode of the Dave's Gone By, Facebookio, Podcastio, Programmio of the stream. For example, we'll have Greeley crimes and old times. Joyce and I lived in Colorado for a bunch of years. There's a newspaper out there, and they do 2 really fun columns every week, one of which is called Cop Log, and it has to do with phone calls that come into the Greeley and Weld County Police Dispatch, but they're not the serious, scary, thank you, serious, scary crime kind of things that you'll see on the front page and so forth.
Oh, welcome, Howie, Erica, Rick with no K, and Shane.
Howie, Erica, Rick, and Shane. Oh my gosh, I think we have some new people.
Rick has no K.
Rick has no K. I don't know, not sure what happened with that. I sure hope you're K.
Okay, I don't know.
That's the kind of humor we do on the, I know, it gets better. I'm winding up. You know, I've worked all week. I've got all sorts of stuff going on in my life. I mean, it takes, this is a 3-hour show. It takes about 2 hours and 57 minutes for me to really ramp up and get to the point where I need to be, where I'm actually amusing. But until then,
Brad joined.
welcome to Brad. And who else?
And me, and Ann just joined. Ann.
Hello.
These names are different. I don't know that.
Yeah, lots of new people. So welcome to the Daverhood on this Saturday. So Greeley crimes and old times, which again is mixed with those.
David,
phone.
turn your microphone. Look, you can't see on air.
Yeah, I wanted to sort of give it a new look here.
Oh,
I have
see
it
the
sort of.
label. I don't like. Look at the label. Bubba.
Oh, you see the label on it? Oh,
Look.
it doesn't. Oh, that's interesting. It's showing up on what do you call it? It's not showing up on my Zoom window. It's showing up on my, just on the Facebook window.
Zoom always takes more than you want.
Yeah, there we go. That should look better. We're just working it out here. And it mixes the phone calls that come into the Greeley and Weld County Police Department with stories that were in the newspaper 100 years ago in a column called 100 Years Ago Today. And they're both fun, and the whole point is that they're goofy and silly. The editors at the newspaper know that. So we just like to share them with you, because I'm guessing that unless you live in Greeley, Colorado, you don't normally read the Greeley Tribune. I could be wrong. I could be that those of you who I think are reading the Wall Street Journal and perhaps the Daily News, or even Newsday out here on Long Island, after a while you just say, I gotta check the Greeley Tribune. I've got to,
David, you
yes.
don't have to read Newsday, you just look at the pictures.
Well, you know what they ought to do to save newspapers and make sure that you actually buy them instead of going online to read them. There are going to be scratch and sniff newspapers. I mean, they started putting those horrible perfume and cologne ads in magazines years and years ago. Wouldn't it be excellent if there's just the way to keep, there's a terrible tire fire in Greeley. There's a tire fire that burned for a day out in Greeley, Colorado a week and a half ago. Wouldn't it be great if you open up the newspaper, page 3, big pictures of the flames, which is always exciting, and the tire, and you took a nickel and you rubbed it, you would smell.
What is Greeley known for?
Oh my God. Can you imagine if the Greeley Tribune, because Greeley, of course, is known for its rancid smell of rotting meat, because the JBS plant is there. And not only are they rendering cattle and tallow and the fat and packaging animals and doing all that, and it's a farm community still to some extent. So there's also manure everywhere, and the spreading of manure and the spreading of stuff. So there's all that smell going on. Shouldn't the Greeley newspaper, you put it on the thing, you open it up right there on page 3, in between 2 and 1, because I know my newspapers, and page 3 is, all the odd numbers are going to be on the right side. You open up the paper and, oh man, smells just like a cow's ass. Wouldn't that be a newspaper you wouldn't want?
Give me my noise machine.
Oh, well, which one do you need? I think you need this.
Give me all of them, I'll make noises.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but a massive amount of people just joined.
Well, hello to the massive amount of people. Read them loud and clear, please.
Okay, so we have Freddie, Anthony, Howie, Erica, Rick, Shane, Jeanette, Care probably, Brad, Ann, Michael, Geraldine, Ira, Barbara, and David.
Wow. And I haven't heard this Care one. We should send Care a care package.
How would you say it? Kerr.
Kerr, like Graham Kerr, the Galloping Gourmet, or Walter Kerr,
Oh,
the theater critic. Or maybe I'm completely mispronouncing it, in which case we just lost a new viewer. But so yeah, what do you think of my idea to have newspapers with scratch and sniff?
I like it.
Because it wouldn't be that offensive. It wouldn't be like these horrible magazines where you don't have to scratch or sniff anything. You open them up and there's like Chanel #2 or Mandar Axe cologne. It doesn't smell like anything unless you choose. And let's say you're like us. I've been living away from Greeley now for a year and a half. I miss the town. I miss the place. So I want to open up a thing, and I don't always want to smell, a cow's rectum, but sometimes when I'm feeling a little homesick, when I'm feeling like I miss the mountains and I miss my friends in Colorado, I'll open it up. I'll take the nickel and go, oh, that's a cow that should have gone into, a gravel pit and covered over, but instead they turned that into burgers. Oh, there's a smell for you. The manuring was good this season. It's like, yeah, wouldn't that be a wonderful thing?
Oh, David.
Yeah.
Wait, we have a moment. Wait, hold on.
Sure. What?
Warhol has joined us.
Warhol! Welcome. Warhol is perfect for Zoom, because we're doing this via Zoom because we have a guest coming up later in the show. And what do you think of when you think of a Warhol? Is like all these little
Oh, and Evan just joined.
images. Well, Evan
And Keenan.
and Keel, my God, welcome everybody. Wouldn't it be like if you had a bakery, right? And You could go in a newspaper and you know that someone could open the page and they could smell fresh bread.
Smensels. Have you heard of Smensels?
I've heard of Schmengsels. Is it Schmengsels or Schmengsels?
I don't know, maybe the Jewish.
It's maybe Schmengsels. I say Schmengsels. But you're right. That the smell idea is not
Marcia,
new.
Don
Don
and David.
and David and who?
Marcia.
Marsha.
Don and David.
Marsha. I like the idea.
This is like the seventh David. And Sheila.
And welcome to Sheila. What?
Sheila, let me love you when the sun goes down.
Oh, she's a fine looking Sheila, if you know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. We'll also have potato news on this episode of Dave's Gone By. This is important because, oh, the potatoes aren't here, but we'll bring one out for you. Potatoes, sometimes they do unfortunately get short shrift on this program. And being from Greeley, where before the beet crop and the other crops took hold, potatoes were hugely important to the northern Colorado economy. And I do love them so much. So every once in a while, we do the news specifically for potatoes. There's a lot of information about potato growth and, of course, ketchup and the Heinz Company. We will have potato news later on in the program.
Another David and a John.
Another David?
Another David and a John. A John lost his age and a Jeff.
Where a John lost his age. And
We have people losing letters from their names. So John is Jon, Jean.
oh, Jean.
And then David, another David, and Grace.
Well, see, John, I value. In fact, I value Jean, which makes me less miserable. Yeah, we're ramping up to that 257 mark when the humor really kicks in. Yeah. Who, Bert? Kurt. Hello, Kurt. I'll do a very quick one for Kurt because he's Kurt. Sorry. Inside Broadway we'll go. We have some, not a lot for obvious reasons, but we have Broadway news for you. And me being a theater critic and playwright and all that sort of thing, I kind of care about Broadway and want to share just some information with you to let you know how Broadway is going in this time of no Broadway. Also, we will have our yesterday quiz. So by all means, if Cynthia and Jeff join in, or Mark, and we'll probably, I think what we're going to do is play our yesterday quiz with my friend Jeff again. Now, Jeff Goodman was on this program, I think 2 weeks ago, and he's been on dozens of times in the 17 and a half years that we have been on the air. He's an old friend. I've known him before I started Dave's Gone By. He was a theater critic. He was also just a Long Island really cool guy. And he has a more interesting life, really, than most any of us. Jeff, and he was telling this a couple of weeks ago, and this, of course, we knew, was morbidly obese for many, many years. I think he told us last time he topped out well over 400 pounds. Do you remember if he went over 5?
I think he did. He said, wasn't he said at 550?
He was close to 550, if you can imagine this. And you've seen pictures of Jeff if you go through the archives of the show, if you even see the posting that we did on Facebook earlier in this week. I showed you a really lovely picture of Jeff from just a couple of years ago, smiling. I think he's in a dental chair or something, or maybe I took it in a radio station, just like this beaming, jolly Jeff smile. But what you don't see in the picture is that at that point, he was well into 300, maybe 400 pounds and over 500 at his worst. About, I guess, 2 years ago now, he decided to finally really do something about it permanently, because he had been on diets, and you know how those are. They work for a few months, he loses a ton of weight, puts it all back. I'm sorry, what? Billy, Barbara, and Randy. Welcome to you guys. So he take off some of the pounds, slap it all back on and more. This would go on for years. Finally, he really changed his life and did it and started losing weight and eating much better. And he also had that gastric bypass surgery that goes with it. And I saw him about 2 years ago or so, and I recognized him because of the face, but everything else, I'm like literally half a man in a good way. I have never, in the times that I've known him for 30 something years, never seen him look like a person that you wouldn't look twice at on the street. And that's sometimes a negative thing to say, but this is a man, he'd walk into a theater to see a Broadway show because he was a theater critic. And, you know, the person next to him, if it wasn't a friend of his, would automatically, they couldn't even hide their, oh, you know, there goes my armrest, there goes half my chair, there goes my leg room. And he felt bad about it. He knew that this was what it was. Theater seats are small for a 400-pound, they're small for a 150-pound man, let alone a 500-pound man. And he just felt, he knew. And he'd apologize. He said, I know I'm big. I'm going to keep my leg this way. I had wanted an aisle seat. I couldn't get, you know, and going through this for the decades that he was reviewing theater. And then finally, just seeing this guy who was, I think when I saw him, was about 190 and 200 pounds, absolutely normal looking human being, right? And the great part is this was well past a year and a half, probably 2 years ago. He's kept it off. He is doing all the right things. He has had already once, I don't want to get into the disgusting parts of this because he will, but he's had the surgery to get the skin.
I don't think he does yet.
He had one. He's going to have another. That was the thing. He had one. It went very, very well.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah, he had no pain yet.
Yeah, that was fantastic. He thought it would be all painful moving around and walking and being, and no. I mean, probably a little bit of discomfort, but like a Tylenol removing discomfort. So he's going for another one.
Let me know if you want to bring more people.
Oh, yeah, we should do that. I should like say, let's do a people call.
You got, we did Jeff, Kurt, Billy, Barbara. We have Randy, Rod, Stephen, Scott, Zoe, and Jerry Cash. Not Johnny Cash, Jerry.
Jerry Cash, is that all one name?
Yeah, Jerry Cash, he's got another name.
Cool, Jerry Cash. Do we have Moose? Did Moose come back?
Not yet.
No,
We got
Moose.
Warhol.
We have Warhol. We do have Warhol. Yeah. But anyway, so Jeff is scheduled to have a second surgery to get like this other skin. He was saying he gets like chafing sometimes when you roll around on the bed and you're on the skin under your arm and you get like a rug burn. So he's getting some of that stuff done. I had thought that we'd be getting him on the air after the surgery to talk about it. I don't think he's had it yet, but I do know he's out in Vegas where he plans to move and live. And he's got stories about Vegas too. And if you heard Jeff 2 weeks ago, you can tell he's a natural born media person. He's got that great presentation, that great style, a very smooth, clean, fun storyteller. There's just something about him. And we clicked. We used to co-host this show for a couple of years when it was on terrestrial radio on Long Island, and we did another show at a university up in northern Long Island. So, he's just got a certain way about him. If he had tried, we both think, if he had tried just a little harder and the brakes had gone just a little more his way 25 years ago, he would have been a TV weatherman. He would have fit perfectly into the Al Roker, who's that other guy who was on the Today Show for a million years, who would say 115, Willard Scott. When they were hiring, with all due respect, jolly fat weathermen, he would have been perfect for that. And I know you don't need a weatherman to know which way the wind blows, but he would tell you. He would tell you which way the wind was blowing. And he would be, because people would see him, there's something about him that's very light and jovial. And now he is physically so much lighter. So the great thing, knocking wood, is 2 weeks ago, we were going to get him on the show in a Zoom meeting because, the first 15 years of this program, we were audio only, a radio show. Technically, we still are. For those of you who are waiting for, dancing girls to come out and great, amazing sets, no, this is the show. It's my head for 3 hours, if you can tolerate that. Sometimes I dolly in. Sometimes I even leave the screen.
We have another Scott.
Oh, look, there's so many Scotts today.
Oh, and then
Josh's,
Josh's wife.
is that the name on there? Josh's wife?
Your cousin Josh's
Oh,
wife.
welcome, cousin Josh's wife. Hello.
Dana.
Hello, Dana. A lovely food preparer kind of person.
Gourmet.
She'll take fruit and arrange it.
On my plaid. I forget the name of the business. You should type it in.
Yeah, Dana, tell everybody, you know, this is your moment to share
I'll
with my
I'll-
millions of listeners
I'll
and
link to
followers.
her Facebook page. She
Yeah.
shows it on Facebook.
Oh,
That's
great.
what
Yeah,
Bobby
link.
told me.
Link to my cousin Dana and tell all my cousins, you know, if I didn't have family watching, half my audience would be gone,
No,
let's face it.
I'll say the name.
So Jeff Goodman, we were gonna show him 2 weeks ago, where for the first time ever, accepting photographs, we're gonna have him visually. You know, it's just, it breaks my heart. It makes me wish I were doing video. I could have all those years ago. And all these people where we have only their voices and now they're gone from the planet. Would have been great. Oh, we have a visual. We could have watched the interview with Carol Chang. We could have watched the interview with Charlotte Ray and Al Aronowitz and people like that. We don't. We're lucky to have what we have. But with Jeff, we were having trouble with our Zoom feed 2 weeks ago when we were trying to do it. Couldn't do it. Of course, we're using Zoom from a server that happened to be down for maintenance that morning. Go figure. Well,
I
today,
can't find it, David.
knock wood. Oh, all right. Well, she can post it herself. She can put the URL up
Should I
herself.
say Shukaburi? Scott and Ronaldo joined.
Scott and how many Scotts are there? My
It's like
God.
Scott and David are the probably, this is Ronaldo.
See,
Ronaldo.
See, here's the deal, folks. You know, I wanted sometimes I just want to cut away clean from the show. Things go right, things go wrong, and I know today, no matter what goes wrong, I won't get off scot-free. Okay, so so Jeff Goodman, knockwood, or as Rabbi Saul Solomon would say, halavai, we will get to physically talk to and see Jeff Goodman when we talk to him in about an hour and a half on the program. And what's great is he will actually fit in a Zoom thing now. He wouldn't have many years ago. You could have gotten like this much of Jeff. And now we can actually, he'll probably, I hope he'll do a body shot, fully clothed, but you'll be amazed anyway. Jeff Goodman coming on the program. We'll also have our Wretched Pun of Destiny, which will be about radio, yay. And we'll have our Colorado Limerick of the Damned, when we will go to Rand, Colorado. Yes, there's a place called Rand, Colorado. I've written a poem about it. All of that and more. Yeah, it's always the more that gets you. Here on the Dave's Gone By Facebookio Podcastio Programmio of the stream on this Saturday, August 1st, our augmented episode. How was your week, dear? How you doing?
I'm too busy trying to figure out everybody
Yeah.
and do all this stuff. I got too much jobs here.
Okay, well, yeah, that's the problem. When Joyce is working to get more people on the or more guests and visitors watching the program, she can't really engage. And you know, part of me just wants to talk to her, and part of me is like, no, get more people, get more people. You know, so
I am a slave.
she is a slave to this program, as
I'm a
you all
slave,
should be.
trapped in many aspects of my life, including this one.
We've been watching all these documentaries on Netflix about cults.
I love it. Buddha feel. I'm making a cult. Everyone can join.
Yeah. Well, what would be the purpose or the?
We would live in the country.
Mm.
We would be vegetarian.
Mm.
We would have lots of cute little dogs, the Lanimals.
Yeah.
We would live in harmony.
Get to the orgies.
If the people, if that's optional, there'd be a whole section of like in that section.
That would be my option.
Yeah, that would be.
I mean, what is the point? If I'm not going to get like nubile groupies, I would be groping the groupies. There's no point of a cult to me. But you know, nubile groupies, if you are watching, you know, come to Dave, surrender to the Daverhood.
I know.
I don't know why it's a cult of Bela Lugosi.
Anthony and Freddie. I'm sorry.
Anthony and Freddie, welcome.
Sorry.
Any others? Let's do a people call.
Hold on, I did them all, but now I'm inviting more people.
Oh, invite more folks. Invite more folks to the Daverhood on this Saturday. What else can I? Certainly some stuff that's been in my mind to talk about. One more. Just, I don't know if anybody's thought of it. I know I have. That's why I'm going to share it. In terms of this whole Corona pandemic thing. Kind of funny now that, you know, baseball's happening, which I guess is okay. They're piping in fake audiences. Yeah, 6 teams have apparently gone on hiatus or canceled series that they were going to play because, 3 team members are infected and you can't tag somebody.
Ridiculous.
It's just the dumbest thing. Joyce was saying it. Phil Mushnick in the New York Post is saying, it's so important to baseball to get baseball back up again. Wait until just give when these states are spiking, and it's just going to be a disaster. How many have a World Series when a third of the teams have to beg off for the season? It's not. The season means nothing. Is it nice to just have baseball on TV again? I don't know. If I were still a real fan of the Mets like I was growing up, or never was a real fan of the Yankees, but I liked the Yankees when they were a really great team, it'd be a touch of normalcy all summer long into the autumn. They put on the TV and there they are. They're the Mets, they're losing, but they're the Mets, it's okay. Does anybody actually give a rat's ass about this baseball season? It's just kind of, it's back. And who cares? And they're doing it with basketball and they're doing it with hockey. I guess hockey fans, they're kind of rabid. Hockey fans are like, yeah, hockey, which is, you're more likely to lose teeth in a puck accident than COVID. What?
Do hockey people wear face masks?
Oh,
Rick just joined. Maybe Rick knows.
That's it. Well, the goalie's already wearing. I guess I don't think so. I think all these sports. We were watching.
What do y'all think of sports starting up?
3-4 weeks ago, I put on the TV, and they had rugby on. Rugby. Not American.
You missed your dad and Jean watching women's soccer.
Oh, sure they were.
Football,
Yeah.
Not soccer in English.
They're not watching for the sport, but rugby, for women's soccer, it's like these sports are so interpersonal, intercontact with the players, and so they're piping in audio of fake crowd sounds, which do sound kind of lifelike, but these players, they're not masked and they're literally on top of each other. And I would like to see the women's soccer team on top of each other, but the rugby play, it's a scrum. Rugby is like, I'll take the ball, and it's mud and spit.
Oh my
and
God.
They're biting each other. Yeah.
Another David.
Another?
Yes.
And they're all different
They're
Davids?
all different Davids. I never had this many Davids in my life.
It is a wonderful name to be proud of, ladies and gentlemen.
No Daves, they're all David, the full real name.
Well, welcome all the Davids in the house. Go, yeah. But so there's that. So the baseball is getting kind of, they're going to have to suspend baseball if places like Texas and Florida don't get a handle on things, because it may not move back east so quick, but it goes to the West Coast. And what are you going to do? How are you going to have leagues? You should just forget the whole idea of an actual season. And if a couple of teams are just bored and want to go out to the local park and play and put some cameras up, show that. But this occurred to me in this week in terms of the pandemic. So I'm kind of a designated shopper for the family, right? Mom gave me keys to the car, so I can go 2.5 blocks away and carry a bunch of stuff.
One more.
Because we're out here without a car of our own, and my mother is a nervous person to begin with, and the idea of giving anybody else the keys to her leased car, which by the way is not a Mercedes or anything, it's just a car she leases for 3 years.
David, it's a Hyundai. That's a Fiat.
And if it gets a ding on it, of course, you're responsible. It's a leased car.
What's the Yugoslavian car?
Oh, it's a Yugo. It's a Trabant.
Yeah.
No, it's a very nice. It's a Toyota. But the point is like to surrender that to someone else, especially a son. And this is absolutely God's honest truth. When I got my driver's license in my early 20s, true, absolutely true story. Was a very nervous driver. Still not a terribly confident driver, but I went in the car with Mom, like half a mile down the road, made a right turn, and overcompensated for somebody who was coming the other way in the left lane. They weren't even coming, they were stopped at a light, but I didn't want to side swipe them in my turn and turn too tightly on my side on the right and scraped against a pole. This was the day I got my driver's license. And I just said, you know what? I'm not meant to drive. And I didn't drive for another 10, 15 years after that. Went back, took more lessons, renewed my license, only when we were living in Colorado. It was the first time I had a car of my own. And I did amazingly well out there. I didn't have an accident. Wow, why that music? Oh. But true story, true story. So mom handing me the keys to another car was like, oh, okay. In the same neighborhood where I drove. I've been around that same corner.
Sherry's back.
Welcome to Sherry. The same corner is near where our Trader Joe's is. And I'll just make and every time I go and I make that turn, I see that pole. And there's probably paint on it from 30 years ago, when I just was like, oh, I don't want to go too far left to go. I went too far right and scraped against it. So I'm a designated driver. I'm the guy who goes to the supermarket to get all the stuff, and that's fine. And of course, we have for the past 3.5 months, I go into the supermarket wearing a mask. Right? I don't do the glove thing. I probably should. I've got a woman at work who's driving me freaking crazy because she is and she's right, by the way. I will absolutely say this. She is 100% right to be careful. She is a woman, I guess she's in her 50s, maybe early 60s. I mean, I'm in my mid 50s. And she, among all of us, she's the one who doesn't take the mask off from the beginning of the end to the beginning of the day to the end of the day. The rest of us, when we're in our little room and we're not going outside in the hallway or the bathroom or downstairs, hell with it, my mask's off. And I haven't gotten COVID from these people before. I didn't get it in March. I'm not going to get it now, which of course is not true. But it's the only way. Sitting there for 8 hours with a mask on your face, I just want to blow my brains out. And it may happen. COVID may get worse, and that may be the next rule that comes down the pike. But she's like, so I'll be doing something many feet away from her, but then she has to go this way, I've got to go that way, and we might actually pass within 5.5 feet, and I don't have the mask on, and I'll cover my mouth with my hand to be out of respect, because I know, she's wearing a mask, she's not going to give anything to me, but still I want to make sure that I don't give to her and so forth. So instead of the mask, I'll put my hand up in front of my face, and then she's like, don't, you go wash your hands now. I'm like, what the and you're going to be touching wood, you're touching everything, and your breath or water droplets are going to be on your hands. So it's like, and over I go to the sink and gotta wash my hands, and I warned her. I said, I'm not doing this 20 times a day. I'm not going to wear a mask 8 hours a day. I'm not going to do this 20 times a day. I'm sorry. I can't function like that. I'm a dirty person. I use a handkerchief, right, that I do all sorts of things into, and I carry it for like 2 or 3 days. I'm a disgusting middle-aged Jewish man. I'm no metrosexual in any possible circumstance. So I'm sorry if, my trying to be nice by making sure that my water droplets don't fly in this direction towards you. But it's like, oh, no, the droplets are still, and you're going to touch a book. And it's like, oh, Jesus Christ, And then, meanwhile, I'm sitting there all day touching books that she doesn't see while I have to sneeze. I have to, yeah, and this is why everybody in our district has COVID. But here's the deal. Supermarket. I go in there a couple times a week, and my wife being a vegetarian especially, I've got to shop for fruits and vegetables. And the thing, because I'm this omnivorous garbage dump. I'll eat processed whatever. I'll eat meat and cheese and ketchup and all. Well, not so much cheese really, but just not the healthiest eater unless it's already prepared for me. You know, if we had a chef who was cooking vegetarian and vegan meals, and I came home and it was like, oh, here you are, sir. And it's like an eggplant bean casserole and it's tasty. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you made it, I'll eat it. I'll eat it every day. You know, I don't have to deal with it. Just it's ready for me. But to make a salad is a huge pain in the ass. Chopping, cutting this, that. And if I had my druthers, I'd rather have chicken, duck, meat, beef, certain fish. So I've got to go in there and I've got my mask on. And you know this, when you're buying fruits and vegetables, you don't just take the fruits and put them willy-nilly in the cart. Or concerning our guest last week, we don't put them willy-nilly in the cart. Little in joke, because Willie Nile was our guest last week. But you don't just throw them in there. What do? You've got these plastic bags that you put the cucumbers and the squash and the apples and the lemons into, right? Have you ever tried to open these bags? We're not talking about the plastic sort of carrying bags that we're talking about. The basic ones that you carry the groceries home in, or paper bags. We're talking about these thin, long plastic bags that where the two sides of the bags are almost like they're magnetically stuck together. Right? You know the bags I'm talking about. They're see-through, they're plastic, and they're just there. You get them off a roller, okay, kind of like a roll of paper. You pull them, and you tug it down, and now you've got this plastic bag hanging down. And what do you have to do? You're holding some kind of fruit or vegetable. You want to put it in the bag. And now here's the fun part, getting the bag open, right? So you have to put the thing down, and now you're doing this. You're doing the kind of pulling one top of the bag to the other opening of the bag, and you're trying to tug and pull, and you cannot get the bag open. The only way that you can get this plastic bag open to put fruit or vegetables in it, you know what I'm about to say, is, and we're all used to doing this, we know, the only way you can do it is you gotta go, lick your fingers,
Use a ring.
and you get a ring?
You take a ring and you do friction.
Oh,
That's how you do it. So you take a ring,
will the ring tear the bag?
and you just do like this.
Wait, are you talking about like a wedding ring?
Anything. Give me the bag.
Oh no, that's not the kind of bag we're
You
talking.
go like this.
Do put your hands on camera, show.
I can't get up.
Oh, okay. Joyce is sore from the gym.
Say hi to Ann and William too.
Hello, Ann and William. So what you've got to do, so here I am, I've got my mask on, and one of the things they tell you is, okay, one of the reasons you're wearing a mask, and you may want to wear gloves, you may not, is that you don't want to be touching your eyes and you don't want to be touching your face, because whatever droplets or whatever germs.
Can I post this cucumber looks naughty?
Do it, definitely. It's like Pickle Rick, yeah. Whatever you do, these are the entryways. It's amazing that they don't say wear goggles, because you can get as much going into like your eyes as you could up your nose or in your mouth. Yeah. It's true. Fauci said,
Oh, and Stephen.
hello, Steve. You can get, your eyes are aqueous and stuff can go into them. And probably easier into your eyes than it can up your nose. And yet, we're wearing the masks here, but no goggles, no glasses here. So in some ways, it's a little bit ridiculous, right? Some ways. But here I am, I'm in the supermarket. I'm holding a phallic, English cucumber. I've got this bag and I'm going like, what do I do? What do I do? Like 5 times in the supermarket. I put the cucumber down, in my hand slides up under the mask, into the mouth. Oh, and now it's like, now fruit bag's open, cucumber goes in, done. And I'm realizing I'm touching everything in the store. I've got my hands all over picking the right fruit. Oh, is this avocado too ripe? Is it not ripe enough? Down, touching, just as everybody else does. And it's like for all my mask work, I'm being very careful, as I should be. And I'm not one of these assholes who walks into a supermarket without a mask while the rest of us are doing it because they feel it's full of hoax, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm doing my part. And meanwhile, it's like, oh, bag open. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. There we go. There we go. So maybe something that they should work on before they even figure out the vaccine is how to make a vegetable bag that opens without your needing fresh saliva to make that happen. Just a thought, folks. It shouldn't be that hard. You know, maybe there could just be a little rim at the top where you can just pry very easily and out it comes. Has anybody else had, am I the only human being who's had trouble opening these bags? Joyce is saying that if you have kind of a little bit of a friction thing and you do this.
David.
Yeah.
Another David.
No, you've got to be kidding me.
Another David. We probably have millions of Davids.
Oh. Well, welcome to all the Dave I and all the folks who have been joining Dave's Gone By on this Saturday, August 1st, 2020. It's our 757th episode of the show. We're calling it Augmented because it is the first day of August. Wanted to talk to you also a little bit. This happened. I would love to demonstrate it for you, but I don't want to give like my cell phone number or personal information on the air. But remember a week or I think it was last week, we were talking about getting our dog from the vet, the ashes of our dog from the vet. And as we're coming out of the veterinarian with this box and we're overwrought and upset, and Joyce is reading the card that came with the box that our dog is in. And she's reading this lovely, a little bit maudlin, but you know, this little essayette about Rainbow Bridge. And the dog's there and it's waiting for you, and the master and the dog are reunited. It's lovely, a Rainbow Bridge. And out of nowhere, her cell phone.
My GPS is British.
Yeah, her GPS has been on because we needed the directions to
And
get
also
to.
she
Yeah.
she developed it British, like a UK accent. I've not programmed it.
Right, yeah, out of nowhere.
I watch too much Acorn TV. Apparently, she knows I'm a Britophile.
Joyce watches, constantly these mysteries from England and Agatha Christie things, both on Acorn and Netflix. So maybe her cell phone has picked up on this idea and said, "Well, I'm hearing a lot of British accents. Maybe perhaps." Yeah.
You wanted to talk about the birds.
Oh yeah. Please remind me about that. Yeah. But so last week we get the dog back. I talked about this. I told you about this. And as she's reading this very sad little piece about Rainbow Bridge, where you meet your dead dog alive again and you play again and stuff, she mentions Rainbow Bridge, and her cell phone decides to chime in. It's like, I can't help you with that. Because it thinks we want to drive to Rainbow Bridge. Her cell phone thinks that we're suicidal. It's like, we miss our dogs so much.
Yeah.
And life is kind of miserable here on Earth at the moment. So let's just, you know what, GPS, take us to Rainbow Bridge. Just kill out, where's the local cliff, right? Get our car over that cliff.
Metaphor, so it can't take us to a metaphor.
And we'll be reunited. So and then later on, we're back at home. We think her cell phone's off. We think we've turned the GPS off. We get home, we put the dog in a special place. We're getting divested and getting on with the rest of our day. And Joyce is like, I've got to use the bathroom. And the GPS tells her, make the next left.
It says turn left.
Which, by the way, was true.
She was finally right.
She was facing the door, and the bathroom is actually the next left. But what is up with our GPSs and our cell phones? Well, just yesterday, I'm at work, and I text my wife, and I'm thinking, oh, well, I gotta go shopping tonight. This is absolutely true.
No.
And I want you to try this on your cell phone. So I don't know if this is just me or if it's just, if it's everybody and it's as messed up as this.
I'll get my phone. Hold
Okay, yeah, try it on yours. Oh, it's plugged in. Hold on. Oh, I have it here. Oh, it's my phone. Perfect. Do it.
on. Okay, what am I texting?
Why don't you go to the text I sent you and retype it exactly? The one where I say, like late in the day, I said, you know what?
You're a girlfriend in this one.
What? And I said, hey, I'm gonna go shopping after work today. Do you want me to pick up?
Look, yes,
Food.
here, do you wanna show it? Oh, but it has
Well,
to
yeah, I
be
don't,
sewn
yeah,
up.
if I cover up,
You can cover the
show me what
top
I can
part.
cover up.
Cover
Okay.
The top part, like
Yeah.
that's my cell.
I just don't want to make, you want me, oh, shoot.
Like that.
So if I cover that,
Yes.
it won't show, okay.
Wanna cover it with, want me to wrap something around it?
I think I can do it with my hand, because, yeah, here we go. Oh, yeah, oh, it's just kind of tiny, okay. If I get rid of the typey thing, this is worth it, folks, by the way.
Give me, just give me the phone.
Here. Problem is when you touch it, it brings down an extra menu. Oh, there we go.
I'll fix it.
So I typed to my wife, I'm gonna go shopping. And we know that in that shopping center, there's two different places where we generally get food. There's an Italian place that does really great vegetarian pizza. And then there's a Chinese place that does a whole bunch. I've talked about this Chinese place all pandemic long because it broke my heart when they closed and then they reopened again for delivery.
I'll hold it.
So I said, hey,
Let me
would
wrap
you
it.
like to, after I go shopping, would you like me to pick up some food, right? And I was kind of in the mood
Can you just hold it like
for the
this?
Chinese food. Yeah. Oh, does that work? Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
it-
great
It
idea.
just shows you,
Well, yeah, I need to get to the message
and then
there.
that is CHI, and that's the,
Well,
yeah,
this is fantastic.
okay.
This is fantastic,
Okay,
folks.
we just hold it so it doesn't
Oh,
come.
yeah, but
hold the top.
okay.
Yeah,
I-
hold the top. Hold this right there, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay. This is great. So my message was something like,
Chinese.
I'm gonna go-
Chinese.
and would you like me to pick up Chinese food? And me being me, I thought, you know what, let me be offensive. Let me put the total kind of the worst possible way to put things in this era that we're living in of cancel culture and everything. I was gonna write, would you like me to pick up chinks? You know, terrible thing, but just as a jokey sort of an Archie Bunker way of putting it. You know, you want me to, hey, oh, see, I hold on, I lost it there
Give it to me.
because I was holding it long enough that I lost the thing. But I thought, you know what? Better not type that
You can do
because
that.
this could go on her cell phone. And if one of us is in a horrible accident and then our cell phone, or we lose our cell phone, somebody returns it, they see it.
Anytime you type it to anything.
Watch, careful.
Anytime you type it, hold the cover like that,
Yeah.
That's to Jeff, but it brings up the same thing.
Well, I want to see.
Wait, David, say hi to David, Carrie, Evan, Stephen, Eric, and Gustavo.
Hello, David, Stephen, and all right, hold on. I gotta let me. Here we go. Oh, here's my message. Here it is. If I go shopping after work, do you want me?
No, don't go to that one. Why are you doing that?
Because I want to show them the actual original message. And
Okay.
yeah. If I go shopping after work, I don't know if this is coming out backward. It looks backwards to me. I hope it's forwards to you.
I can't see it.
Do you want me to pick up Chinese for dinner? And I wrote the full word out. I was like, you know, okay, I'm not gonna be offensive in a darkly funny Archie Bunker way. I'm gonna use the word Chinese. Do you want me to pick up Chinese for dinner?
You gotta hold it flat.
Now you know.
David, see what you're doing? Look, you can't see it. You
Yeah, I
gotta-
turn it.
Okay, yes.
So, oh, and now I just, here we go, okay.
I'm greatly Irish.
Yeah, that's something else that I'm not even gonna mention. Yeah, okay, so we know that when you type things on a cell phone, what?
Ralph and Wendy.
Hello, Ralph and Wendy. Wendy from Friendly or
No,
what?
a different Wendy.
Different Wendy, hello. When you type things on a cell phone, it's, we're all used to this horrible autocorrect when we type on computers, but there's also auto suggest, right? We all know that while you're typing on a cell phone, a message, it's going to try and second guess what word you want next and maybe save you. So because those kids, those teenagers who can type with their thumbs 50 words a minute on a telephone is beyond me, but they do it, right? And so one of the ways they do it is they look at the word, is that the word I want? Is that the word? And sometimes you get the wrong word and you know, oh, they just hit send and didn't look at the auto-suggested word. So as I'm typing these words, it's like, if I go shopping after, and then after, you'll see after the, after I, after moonlight or something, it gives you these 3 suggestions, W. If I go shopping after walking, if I go shopping after Wednesday, if I go, and then work, oh, work, okay, works, that's the word I want. Do you want me to pick up? And each word, right, we're used to cell phones, it does this. So I'm typing Chinese, and I do C, and I'm thinking H and I. And I get to the letter I, and I thought, okay, what word is my cell phone going to suggest for picking up after work when I go shopping, right? Is it going to be, oh, well, chicken? That makes sense. If I were a cell phone, I think, oh, maybe do you want me to pick up chicken? Do you want to pick up, someone named Dominic Chianese? No, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to show you exactly what my cell phone offers as 3 words responding. If I want to, is it showing it? Oh no, oh.
Peter and Tricia just joined.
I'm gonna try tapping that. I'm tapping that. Oh, it's not doing it.
You can't see it yet. Oh, give it to me.
Oh, here we go. So CH gives you che, because I always like to pick up some che, cha, and Chinese because it knows that I ended up typing Chinese. I'm going to put the I in there. And why isn't it doing it?
Give it to me.
Oh, man. Oh, I wanted to demonstrate this so much.
I'll show it.
It's worth the wait.
I'm going to bring it to when you write Jeff, because.
And if you're all just getting fed up and so, just do it for yourselves, please. Just do. I'm going to pick up C and do it slowly. C H I. Did it show?
That's on Jeff's. Yeah, cover a number.
I'm covering your number. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Please note. The joys of video, that you're actually able to see this. The 3rd suggestion in terms of being after work and picking up something, if you notice, one option is Chinese, the other is Chi, the 3rd, child rape. Why would my cell phone somehow suggest out of the blue when I'm talking about getting food after dinner that if I type the letters CHI,
You're very bad. Cell phones are bad.
I'm going to, what I mean is, oh, shall I get some child rape after dinner? Who program? If the evil Chinese are behind like the pandemic and behind our election problems and behind, I mean, this is like, would you, and imagine if you're not really paying attention, as so many of us, and you're trying to send a message really quick, and you figure you've typed Chinese, but you say, oh, and you accidentally hit child rape. And then the FBI is monitoring, terrorist stuff, and they're monitoring Jeffrey Epstein's connections. And so they, can I see your cell phone? Sure, yeah, sure. Go take my cell phone.
But didn't they also talk about that Ghislaine or whatever, his girlfriend?
Ghislaine Maxwell, yeah.
That was on CSI or one of them where they did that she was a pandemic.
But I don't think in any of the messages between
You've never written that.
Jeffrey Maxwell, is that his name, Jeffrey Maxwell?
Epstein.
Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein, excuse me.
Ghislaine.
Ghislaine Maxwell. I don't think in any of their text messages, if they had a brain in their heads, they said, oh, shall we do child rape tonight? I somehow think they kept that off their cell messages. And yet on my cell phone, the suggestion for an after dinner activity.
The comedian who did it, what's the comedian, that comedian who went naked? Remember we watched him, he went naked and they
Eric Andre, yeah.
And he did the whole thing where he just talked into his iPhone and he posted it. Remember that was his
Yes,
yeah,
yes. But oh boy, it now makes me, when I have the time, in my copious spare time, and by the way, I mentioned my handkerchief, I just used it. In my copious spare time, this now makes me want to try all sorts of sentences. Hey, tomorrow, let's go to the park. And maybe, if I start typing P and then A, it'll come up with the British spelling for pedophile. Let's go to see the pedophile. This makes me, it's a world of wonders, ladies and gentlemen. It's a world of child rape wonders, my friends. God, that made me so happy. I don't know why. But if you have, I guess, A, if you have T-Mobile, and B, if you haven't typed Chinese or a couple of other CHI words a bunch of times, and then it'll, the artificial intelligence of your phone will pick other words. If you're kind of doing virgin territory, pun intended, see if CHI brings up child rape on your phone. And then you may have some questions for your T-Mobile provider. You might just say, my battery is losing its charge very quickly, and I probably need one of these new plastic protectors over the screen. And you can maybe work on the suggestions like it calls up when I type on it. That'd be really, because I was gonna text my friend Anna, and what came up was anal fisting. I've never even typed the word fist under any. Asaf, yeah.
Jeffrey. Oh, Rodolfo, Joy.
Rodolfo, hey. Buenos dias. Buenos dias en el sábado.
I'll put Rodolfo.
Vamos a comenzar al Dave's Gone By con yo, Dave Lefkowitz, y mi esposa muy buena y muy hermosa Joyce. El día es sábado.
Andrew, wow.
Oh, Andrew. El 1 de agosto, how do you say 2020. Y estamos aquí todos los sábados, 9 a.m. a 10 p.m. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Because I don't know what I'm doing, I'm going to keep it going here. En este programa tenemos Greeley, tiempos y tiempos viejos.
Tiempos de la tercera edad.
¿De what?
The third age, tercera edad.
Oh, de salida. Okay, Clemens. Noticias del papas. I don't even. Broadway, entre.
El teatro.
Of course, teatro, entre teatro. Hoy y ayer.
Teatro Oro.
Our teatro oral? What? Were you
Oro.
Golden Theater? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Let's see. ¿Cómo se dice friends? I forgot. Amigos del Daverhood, sí. Y el...
No, el Daversidades.
Daverdade. Oh, I like that. Daverdades.
Daverdades.
Radio es our, I don't know how to say wretched pun of destiny. I really don't.
Los bromas de que esta barbaridad.
Muy bien. Sí, bromas de barbaridad. Y mi amigo Jeff Goodman. From Hey Alfredo Goodman. It was cool. That was kind of cool in Spanish class.
Yeah.
When you had a Jeffrey, it was usually the way they would say it was Hey Alfredo. And it always sounded like they were saying Hey Alfredo.
What makes me mad is my Spanish teacher was Cuban, called me Joyce.
She really did call you Joyce?
She called me Joyce.
I was joking. Oh my God. I guess she had no voice in the matter.
She called me Joyce.
Well, enough of my Spanglishness. We have so much to do, as I just said in Spanish, so much more to do on this episode of the Dave's Gone By Facebookio, Programmio, Podcastio.
Laughing, saying, ja, ja, ja.
Oh, thank you for that. You thank you for reminding me before. Last thing I want to talk about before we move forward. This is absolutely amazing. I had to go to Valley Stream this week to a place I guess I never knew about, never seen before.
There's a flock of chickens.
There is, no, not chickens. There is, in the middle of Valley Stream, which is a really sort of urban, suburban, we're not talking rural any stretch. And we're certainly not talking the tropics or Bahamas or Aruba. I mean, it's just friggin' Valley Stream. It's a little suburban, not so little, it's one of the bigger, more urbanized suburban towns on Long Island, on southern Nassau County, western Long Island even. So I'm parking on the street, and I'm just hearing noise. I'm hearing not quite like that, but something like that. I'm like, what the hell? What kind of, and we notice there's a big, beautiful tree. And well, must be a lot of birds, but they're not crows. I don't see any crows because they're the noisiest thing. And they're not sparrows or things. And then Joyce looks over, or Joyce looks over, and she sees one flying, and it's it's green. It's bright green. And if you know this area, what we get robins and sparrows. And if you're lucky, you get some cardinals and blue jays. So that's the color that we get. We don't get,
David, I thought you
yeah.
weren't gonna have sports on.
I mean, they're beautiful. I mean, it's sort of like we get these lovely orange robins. I mean, it's always great to see a cardinal because they really stand out, and the blue jays pop. But that's all the birdieage we get. When we were in Colorado, we were living near sort of a bird sanctuary, and even there, we didn't really get much more than that. Except it was really cool that in Colorado we had a wild turkey that would strut around. Like down the block from our house. I was like, oh my God, it was great. But even wild turkeys aren't that colorful. It wasn't like a peacock roaming about. But Joyce, we look at this tree in Valley Stream, man. And Joyce sees this green bird, beautiful green bird, flying around and yapping. And then she sees another one. And we realize that in this tree are not the usual typical complement of our local birds. They're parakeets. And not only are there just like 2 or 3 parakeets that probably got loose from a pet shop and found their way into a tree.
No, they're not.
I'm looking at this tree and I'm seeing just these dozens and dozens, possibly hundreds, of these bright green pine cones on it. I'm like, well, that's an interesting thing. It's like a pine tree. Why are there pine? And I realized pretty quickly, these were not bright green pine cones. These were the backs of parakeet
Yeah,
heads.
a nest, huge nest, David.
But nests all over the tree. This giant nest right in the middle with a huge hole in the middle. And there's hundreds of parakeets, and they're making a tremendous racket.
Tell them where they came from.
Well, it was, you tell them.
They escaped from JFK. Somebody must have been importing them and they escaped from JFK.
Yeah, and they probably let them, he's like,
But it's funny because
yeah.
the tree is right in front of a priest's house.
Mhm.
So tell them about what the priest does with them.
There's one video on YouTube that was shot about 2 or 3 years ago where the priest from a diocese that is in the house right next to this tree was saying, oh, I go out and I feed them. And he tells the Kennedy Airport story. And he says, yeah, there's just, it's really amazing. It's just this touch of the tropics here in the middle of Long Island. You know, I think it's wonderful because it's that great unexpected thing. If you were in the middle of Brazil.
Oh, Dana's thing is called On Board with Dana. I'm going to post it.
On board. My cousin Dana, who does the fruit arrangement and the veg, and she should do meat arrangements.
She does.
She does?
Learning, which is meat. I'm going to copy it.
Yeah. So it's on
Putting it
board.
in there.
Was it on board with Dana?
I'm going to put a link to it.
Great. So if you happen to be in or near Valley Stream and you go poking around towards, I think, Central Avenue in Valley Stream, go looking for this particular diocese. What's it near? There's a Thai restaurant down the block, but That doesn't help you at all. But just ask around, hey, where's the parakeet tree? And it will make your day. I would hate, well, I guess a priest, they get up real early anyway, because you have to figure a tree full of parakeets, the second there's even a dash of light in the sky, they're like, wake up, wake up, wake up. You know, you put, because that's why everybody puts blankets over their parrot and parakeet cages. Is like, time to go sleep, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, shut up here. Blanket goes on, parrot goes to sleep. You can't put a blanket over a tree. So, you know, that first moment, I'm sure in the summer, is
Yeah,
like,
I linked it, so I did hashtag on board with Dana.
oh, thank you. And you know, at night, I guess one hopes they quiet down. And maybe in winter, and he says somehow they've adapted
It's called
to the winter climate.
It's called food boards. That's what
Food
it's
board
called in
is my cousin. Food board is my cousin's thing. Anyway, just a couple of things made my week. First one was child rape, as I said. Second was parakeets in a tree, and there you go. Let's get to some of what we're supposed to do on this, our 757th episode of the Dave's Gone By Facebookio Podcastio Programmio of the stream. Let's get to some criminality, shall we? Because I don't have my folder. Shame on me.
I put the link in the thing. I'm gonna put it in the regular one. I don't know if I can.
Our newspaper, back when we were living in Colorado, in northern Colorado, was the Greeley Tribune. Now this is not the parakeet tree. This is an evil tree.
Parakeet tree, so pretty. Parakeet tree.
This is a bad, nasty tree. This is one way that a tree can kill you. Love this. Never gets old. But the Greeley Tribune has a great sense of humor. Not perhaps the best newspaper in the world, but certainly a really cool newspaper for its special features, including 2 columns that they do. One is called Cop Log, about funny calls that come into, the Greeley Weld County Police Department. And then the second, which is done by our friend Mike Peters, is called 100 Years Ago. And it's all about little items taken from the newspaper in Greeley, Colorado, that were literally published back in 1920. So we mix them all up in this segment, and we call it Greeley Crimes and Old Times. La 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 la, filling out indeed we. Yes, Greeley Crimes and Old Times, we do it every week here in the Daverhood. Because, we were doing it because we were living in Colorado, as I said. And now it's a taste of the weirdness of Weld County from that I kind of miss now that I've been in New York for so long. But anyway, let's have some criminality and some old timeality. And Joyce, of course, provides the all-important sound effects for this segment.
Try hard.
Okay, ready? Police.
Michael.
Who did? Hello, Michael. Police, there they are, responded to suspicious activity where a caller reported seeing 2 intoxicated men looking into houses and running into people and cars. Oh, and by the way, at the same time, the men were trying to fist fight. So this is typical, forget the pandemic, this was typical Greeley behavior.
That's rowdiness. That's
Yeah.
rowdiness.
Rough and rowdy ways, let me tell you. Oh boy, okay. This is gonna be very, very beautiful, very important moment here on Dave's Gone By. We don't get this very often. And when we do, oh my, we celebrate. The Hope at Miracle House Homeless Shelter will hold its annual meeting on August 10th. It's the first year the shelter has been open year-round rather than just winter. Now, the shelter features counseling and job placement, and it's located at 330 Park Avenue
Ooh,
in
where?
where? Where do you think this shelter is?
Loser Town.
Oh, that's mean. No, but you got the letter right.
Say it.
It's
Lions?
favorite place? No.
Lupton.
Lupton. It's a Lupton. It's a fourth Lupton alert, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh
This
my
excites
God.
me.
And another David Joy.
Alert, 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 alert.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fort Lupton in northern Colorado. Rather meaningless, but I just love saying the name Lupton. Say it with me, won't you? Lupton. So when we have a story, whether it's funny or not, that comes from Fort,
Dana's
Lupton.
food thing is making me hungry.
But yeah, because you eat all the stuff that should put on our plate. Lupton.
She's gonna make me something. Come on, sister. Cook me some stuff.
Lupton. Okay, moving on with some old time news here. Elementary school for beat children will begin July 26th. Obviously, this was from 100 years ago. The children will attend summer school, but be out in time to work the fall beet harvest.
They gotta do the crop picking.
So see, sometimes it is okay to beat children. Give me some love, that's it. Oh. Or as I like to say, children can be raped, but they can't be beat. Okay, moving forward. Oh, we have another alert, amazingly enough. But this, no. This is an old-time awe alert. Do we have any, I don't think we have that sound effect. Like, get ready, everyone at home, to go, aw. I don't think we have anything like that. That kind of works, yeah. That actually
We
works.
used to have whatever, but I don't know. Wait,
No, it's not
this.
whatever. No. Go back to the, oh, yeah. And can you give me an awe?
Aw.
Going back to 1920 for this one. A herd of trained elephants. What? Is coming to Greeley next week as part of the John Robinson Circus.
Because it needs more poop.
Well, but here comes the awe part. Several baby elephants will entertain in a parade downtown. And I think they'll be juggling, right? Well, obviously no one can juggle. Elephants are too heavy. They're doing the juggling themselves. And
Why, that's an animal rights abuse, juggling an elephant.
would it be?
Why should they juggle an elephant?
Well, you can't fit one in its trunk. Oh, tusk. You can run, but you can't hide. Okay. Moving on to one more old-time story. Two farmers south of Kersey, Colorado, got in a fight over irrigation water. One of the farmers was arrested after he hit the other farmer in the head with a shovel. The injury was not serious. So it should tell you something about the heads of farmers out there back 100 years ago. I mean, I imagine if you get hit in the head with a shovel, you would have a serious injury.
I think you'd probably have at least a concussion, right? I mean, if you got hit or you have scrapes, you'd have something.
Or something. Or as Tiny Tim, and this is actually a Tiny Tim song from his first album. Never hit your grandma with a shovel.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Tell Cynthia sorry.
Sorry, Cynthia. What?
She said my phone did chicken in China. Her phone did chicken in China. I got it right.
Oh.
Then she said, I think it has more to do with what you search for on Google. And then she said, the church is the Blessed Sacrament Church Rectory in Valley Stream.
There you go. It's the rectory.
Church Rectory. It's where the priest's house.
So go find where the priests have their rectums and go find that bird tree. And I repeat, never hit your grandma with a shovel. It'll make a bad impression on her mind, ladies and gentlemen. Here on the Dave's Gone By Facebook, your podcast, your programmio of the stream. Speaking, we were talking about this Tree and Valley stream. Let's move over to Rockville Center for a moment, because we have a Rockville Center story. Even though we're talking about Greeley, this is a story more local to Long Island. And this happened, Patch.com reported this on July 20th at 11:42 in the morning. A Rockville Center man reported that he was hit with a bottle by his roommate while that doesn't sound so ridiculous. But he was at a South Park Avenue restaurant on July 18th.
Yeah.
So, well, first of all, I know they were serving indoors and but what kind of, how do you throw a bottle or hit somebody with a bottle in the restaurant?
Just clonk.
Yeah, right. So it's a warning, folks, never take that last hors d'oeuvre.
Yes.
Always leave that last piece of food on the plate for
Yes,
the other
before
person.
You take it.
Yeah. Anywho, going back to Greeley crimes and old times, a caller.
Oh, wait a second.
I don't know if I might have read this last week, but on 2nd Avenue reported that a man was walking along a fence and shaking it. The caller said that the man buys meth from a neighbor and then
Nice.
walks up and down the fence high. Yes.
I
Yeah.
think, if you're gonna, what do they say? Shop local, right? So the whole shop local. If you're gonna buy your meth, might as well buy it locally.
Don't get your meth from Walmart. It's cheaper, but they cut it. They add additives.
Oh my god.
And when you get your meth from Kohl's,
Oh my god.
you don't know how many people have tried that
You're
meth
killing
on
me,
before you.
David. That's horrible. That's so horrible.
I know, isn't it? Okay, let's go elsewhere for a little bit more. We have a story, and this was reported in the New York Post, but it comes out of Cornwall, England. And this is awful. This is disgusting. This is not, this is not an awe alert. This is an opposite of an awe alert. And the headline basically says it all. I'll tell you the whole story, but it's all in the headline. Quote, man on drugs arrested for biting seagull after it tried to steal his Big Mac. This is the headline in the New York Post. And here's the story. Who ordered the mixed seagull? A man in Cornwall was arrested last week after biting a seagull who tried to steal his Big Mac. The 26-year-old man, quote, claimed he was attacked for his McDonald's meal. And in response, he grabbed the bird and bit it. He sunk his teeth into it before throwing it to the floor, police said. Officers saw the incident and detained the man, who told police that he was, quote, under the influence of drugs. They took him to a nearby hospital for treatment. The seagull was clearly injured, but flew off before they could check on it.
Can I tell you, that
yeah.
was disgusting. Not for nothing, but many times when we were in Italy, when we've eaten outside, remember the Rio, the birds would fly,
Yeah.
and you don't bite them.
No, you certainly don't.
I mean, why would
You want to tell us about how avian flu and SARS really started? It's this one guy in Cornwall. He's patient zero when it comes to biting the birds. And remember, English kids, seagulls are notoriously aggressive around food, but are protected by the Wildlife and Countryside Act of 1981.
Why would you want to bite a seagull? I don't get it. I mean, maybe you're Levine or Cohen, but
Oh, there you go. Oh, yes.
Good time.
I've bitten my share of gulls, with
I gotta
young
see.
gulls, and
I can't track everything. Okay, good.
young gull, get out of my food.
How
Okay,
does they know all this stuff?
I don't know. I
I'm
don't know.
tracking both. Oh my God.
What?
Another David and Joy.
Whoa, there you go. Welcome to David and Joy. You bring me joy by tuning into this program on Saturday mornings. Let's do one or two more quick stories
Do you
of
want
Greek.
any more soda? Are you
No,
okay?
I'm actually great. I've got my tea. I've got my my seltzer. Rabbi Saul was on last week and he spilled his egg cream, and he feels just terrible about that. He made a whole mess on the desk
I
here.
really don't think he does.
So instead of making me an egg cream today, Joyce made me just an Italian soda, which is seltzer and vanilla syrup, just as good, really, because I'm a vanilla freak.
If you want me to put chocolate syrup, I can make you chocolate syrup.
No, because that's a whole other kind of mess. But thank you. We have an advertisement from 100 years ago. Quote, for colds, grip, rheumatism, nervous troubles, and chronic diseases, like COVID, try sulfur steam baths.
Ew.
What? If you're gonna, you know what? If you're sick and someone immerses you in a room that smells like a fart, you're gonna get better as fast as you can just to get out of that room. Right? It's like people in New Jersey. How fast can I drive out of this state to get away from that smell?
That is too. You're very funny today.
Well, they're doing, and this is the thing that freaked me out. They're doing these sulfur steam baths at Mrs. Roberts, 818 and a half 9th Street. The phone number, in case you want to call, is GR1052. But what I want to know is an 818 and a half 9th Street. So it's 8th Street or 8th Avenue and 9th Street. But it's like a steam spa in like half of a building. Or like, it always freaks me out when they have these partial numbers. Like, oh, where are you located? Oh, I'm at 314 and a quarter Sycamore Lane. It's like, what are you talking? What? And yet somehow they've managed to put an entire spa. Well, I found that funny. Oh, I also want to let you know, for those I know, we're so bored, we've got nothing to do, no place to go, but a photo play is being filmed at the Greeley Opera House. It'll be shown in the next few weeks, and the title of the play is The Girl from Greeley, and it stars, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Helen Hayes. Except it's not, I think, it's not that Helen Hayes, because it's Hayes without the E. So I guess there was another Helen Hayes actress in film. Yeah, so go figure.
Was she copying the other one? Do you think she was taking her stuff? I mean, like her, you know, like trying to get on.
Well, that was the whole thing with Actors Equity of why they wouldn't allow two people to have the same exact name.
You told me that. You're not supposed to have anybody who has the same name.
Yeah, just to avoid confusion, just to avoid where they send the checks. So Helen Hayes, Hays, and Helen Hayes, Hayes is fine. But you can't have two Helen Hayes spelled.
That's why some people use the word middle initial,
Yeah,
right?
so if you have Helen J. Hayes as her professional name, that's okay.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as it's not the
But
same
was it
exact.
true? They didn't have Actors Equity back then, probably.
Oh, no, but I think that's the kind of reason why they would. So that these two Helen Hayeses, if they cross paths, when those Hayes girls got together, it wasn't good. Hey. It was not a happy days for the Hayes.
No way, Jose.
Now, here's the last story, which could have been last week, but no, it was 1920 from the Greeley Tribune. Found in some ashes behind a Fort Collins business was what? I'm going to make this a
Please don't make it anything bad.
Well, too late. We're in it to win it. What do you think they found in a pile of ashes behind a Fort Collins business?
Tell me what.
A woman's arm.
Oh.
Yes, some believe a woman was killed and dismembered. Unimaginative people believe it is the remains of a surgical operation. Wow.
I would hope it's the remains of a surgical operation.
And the irony of it is while the doctor was working, he asked the assistant, hey, give me a hand. And she says, no, I've already thrown it out the window.
That's
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Well, it was her right-hand assistant. Right? Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. That was Greeley Crimes and Old Times here on Dave's Gone By.
Mr. Horace Greeley was no fool. I'm sure that you agree with me that Greeley was no fool. But he is getting at his that Mr. Greeley was no fool. Yippee-yi, 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 yippee-yi.
Oh. Great idea. Yeah. Now, it's fun to do Greeley Crimes and Old Times and share the news of share the news, but we're not quite through with the news. Ladies and gentlemen, you know that that on this program, we love potatoes. They're very important to us. And sometimes we just don't do enough for them. We don't talk enough about potatoes. Oh, potatoes talking back. See, but they're excited today because we are bringing back our recurring segment. It's called Potato News, and it is literally news geared for our friends of the Potato Kingdom. So I'm just going to play our intro music while we get the host of that segment, Spudward R. Murrow.
This is the potato song, man. The most beautiful song in the entire world. Potatoes are so beautiful to me. I love potatoes. I can put ketchup on them, eat them at McDonald's. I love potatoes. They're normally brown outside. Potatoes are really good. I feed them to my children like I should because they like them a little bit too. Even though I force feed them, I love potatoes.
Potato News, ladies and gentlemen, here on Dave's Gone By. Good morning. This is Spudward R. Murrow with the Potato News for today, August 1st, 2020. International Dateline France from Tyla.com. In a little shop of horrors worthy turn of events, a woman returned home after lockdown to find that a mutant potato plant had taken over her kitchen. This is not funny. Had taken over her kitchen. 22-year-old French girl Donna Poor brought a bag of spuds from her local supermarket back in March, intending to cook them for her dinner. Oh, it's a horror story already. But the pandemic had other plans, and Donna left her flat to quarantine with her boyfriend. The potatoes were left under a shelf in her kitchen. By the way, no charges of neglect have been filed to this point. 3 months later, the lockdown eased and Donna came home. If this were a horror movie, now is when you would cue the sinister music. Walking into her kitchen, she was horrified to discover the unassuming bag of potatoes had grown tentacles and had taken over her tiny flat. The alien-like potato offshoots had spread everywhere with pink tendrils climbing up the walls and across kitchen surfaces. Doing what every millennial does in a crisis, Donna rushed onto Twitter. She took photos and tweeted, "I almost had a heart attack." The out-of-control potato could not be reached for comment, though he did start jumping on a police car, yelling, "Spud Lives Matter." More international news. Dateline Australia from Australia's news.com. Are you smiling? If you attended school in Australia 20 to 30 years ago, you are familiar, very familiar with potato smiles. The delicious potato snack was a staple of canteen lunches until they were cruelly discontinued by the McCain brand 5 years ago. But now, McCain has answered everyone's prayers by bringing them back, albeit looking different. Emoti Bites are the updated version of potato smiles. The shapes and faces are now based on, you guessed it, emojis. So the updated potato smiles got the tick of approval from fans. "Don't ever take them away again," someone wrote on McCain's Facebook page, and another wrote, "No one understands how much I love and need this. Wow." Potato smiles. Dateline Africa from Business Daily Africa. Juice maker Kevian Limited has expanded its business to potato farming. They're working with agricultural firms to produce quality tubers and not have to import them. Cairo has licensed one firm, not Cairo, wherever the hell that is in the Middle East, but Cairo has licensed one firm to commercialize 5 of its high-yielding seed varieties. It's a partnership that will benefit 50,000 farmers and help meet high demand for high-quality taters. Now, the company blames Kenya's poor crops on recycling low-quality seeds. Currently, the country needs 30,000 tons of taters, but produces only 7,000. No,
What's
no.
gonna happen?
If done right, Kenya has the potential to grow 2 million tons of potatoes. Now that is what I call the circle of life. Psst, psst, psst. It's the rumor mill in Tuberville. We here at Potato News try not to traffic in gossip and rumor, but sometimes you have to go with the flow of traffic. Rumor has it that Taco Bell will be suspending all the potato items on its menu. Quesaritos, loaded grillers, triple layer nachos, nacho supreme, and beefy frito burritos, as well as their organic quinoa and broccoli salads. Just kidding about that. Taco Bell won't comment on specifics, while corporate admits it is trying to, quote, simplify operations and improve the customer experience. How to improve customer experience without potatoes is beyond me, my friends, beyond me. Agricultural news we move to from realsimple.com. Did you know that potatoes are much, much, much more nutritious than you think, and not just the peel? If you feel a pang of guilt every time you pick up a potato peeler, well, you should, or if you found yourself dutifully gnawing on a dry baked potato skin after eating the interior, we have good news. It is a common misconception that all the nutrients of potatoes are in the skin, but nothing could be further from the truth, says one expert with a ton of initials after her name. More than half of the nutrients, she says, are found within the potato itself. The only nutrient reduced when you lose the skin is the fiber, and that is only by a gram. Potassium and vitamin C are negligibly impacted. Now, potato benefits do differ a little bit by variety, but this is one vegetable that deserves far more nutritional credit than it gets. Says the expert, quote, potatoes are a high quality carbohydrate and nutrient dense vegetable. I'm not dense. No, it's something different, potato. And a study published in the Journal of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics says that potatoes provide more nutrients per penny compared to most other vegetables. Bottom line, the skin on is better, skin off is almost as good, and potatoes are the best. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our weekly potato drawing.
Uh-oh.
Here are the numbers.
Fix your tie, fix your tie.
7, 7, 7, not 7, spirit animal, 17, still not 7.
Oh man, I was so close.
I know. I will read
What's
those.
the Powerball?
Good luck, my friends. Here's the numbers again. 7, 7, 7, not 7, spirit animal, 17, still not 7. The weather, heat and sunshine all day long. Keep those tubers dry and strong. This has been Spudward R. Moreau with the Potato News. Good night and good growth. You say potato, I say potato. Let's call the whole thing Potato News. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Dave's Gone By with me, Dave Lefkowitz, my darling, adorable, and wonderful wife, Joyce, and of course, all our friends, the potatoes here. How did you like Potato news today? Was it useful? Did you learn something? No, there was no catch-up stories. Oh, I'm sorry, that's right. There were no stories about Heinz and ketchup or Sir Kensington and Hunts. Oh, it's been such a great year for news until now. I wouldn't necessarily say that for humans, Potato, but you may have a point. I have a point that around the head of my head. All right, Potato, enough. Yeah, we keep some of the potatoes in our room. This is the way they behave. It's just, there's nothing I can do about it, really. Anywho, what I can do is remind you that you're watching Dave's Gone By, and that it is Saturday, August 1st, 2020, and that it is 25 to 11 in the morning, and that Jeff Goodman will be our special Zoom guest in just about 25 minutes from now, talking to me about his life, about moving at some point to Las Vegas, about all the weight that he's lost and the surgery that he's got to go through, and whatever else is on my old friend Jeff's mind. You don't want to miss it. Also, we will have our Today Yesterday quiz, where Jeff will be participating. I think my cousins Cynthia and another Jeff will be playing along too. We haven't seen Lisa yet. Lisa from
I invited her, but she didn't.
oh, wow. Let's see, maybe Warhol's still there. Maybe he can play along. Remember that when we get to our quiz, yeah. Joyce is showing me a picture of Spud Rigar Murrow fully dressed in his new tie, which is, because we blew out the budget for this show on costuming.
Oh, George and Trevor joined.
Wow, hey, George, I don't know which George, but
No, not the Georges.
Trevor from my old station, WGBB, and I should give him a plug. Trevor is still on that station. He's one of the few people involved in that station who isn't Chinese. Or I shouldn't say who isn't child rape. He does gospel when he gets on the air. He plays gospel radio, and he does it apparently on Saturday mornings from like 6 until 9 a.m. right before this show goes on the air. So if you're into that kind of music, and if you're religious or just like gospel music, go to WGBB AM 1240, and from 6 till 9, it's Trevor Vassell on the air. You can listen obviously on your old-fashioned radio or on the internet, WGBB's website. And Trevor puts on his Facebook and does what I'm doing. What?
Gail.
Who, Gail?
Gail.
Gail K?
Gail.
Her last initial.
Yeah.
Gail from Hawaii. Yay. Oh, I hope you're well. Gail, who's in our old writing group. I hope she's doing absolutely great. Anyway, I wanted to remind you a couple of things. First of all, we thank Hewlett Minuteman Press for their sponsorship of this program for so many years. They've been with us from the very beginning. They are the franchise of Minuteman here in Hewlett, Long Island. This is the place where if you need any copying, printing, binding done, they are the folks to turn to. And they're full-time again. They're first part of the pandemic, they never closed because they were an essential service, but they cut back their hours, they cut back their staff. Now they're pretty much back to full steam, doing everything that you need for your business. So if you need your logo silk screened on a uniform or some item of clothing, if you want your brand marked on everything from a pen and pencil set to sporting goods, to a calendar, to a banner, to a balloon, Hewlett Minuteman Press can help you do that. They've been owned and operated by the Torong family since the mid-1970s. They're great people to work with. So give them a call, because if you tell them Dave sent you, you get 10% off any job, big or small. Give them a call, 516-569-5577, area code 516-569-5577. Hewlett Minuteman Press, they are the copy kings. And I do also want to remind you that, we're here Saturdays on this Facebook page, Dave's Gone By. If you like the show and you know other people who might also like the show, please invite them to watch. Please tell them about the live program that we do every week. And you don't have to be you don't have to include us as friends or anything like that. We were open to the public. So if you just send them to our Facebook page, anybody should be able to watch. They don't have to commit to
Oh,
be.
wow, Randy and Blake just joined.
Welcome to Randy and Blake. Just send them to the page, the Dave's Gone By Facebook page where we do our show. Now, if they miss, there are people who can't watch the whole show on a Saturday morning. I mean, I don't know what the hell else people are doing. We're still in the middle of a pandemic, but you know, they have better things to do, but they're kind of curious about the program. Remember that we have archives that you can scroll down on our, I'm sorry?
Post this thing.
That you can scroll down on our Facebook page and watch the most recent program. If you keep scrolling and letting it load, like the past 2 or 3 years of shows are right up there, just the way they were when they were on live. So go for it, go do it. But we also have our archive page of our own. It's davesgoneby.com, Dave like my name, S, no apostrophe, goneby.com. And this is where we've got the archives of the program going all the way back to our very first one in October of 2002. It was an hour long. It was on that station that I mentioned just before, WGBB, 11 o'clock at night, Sunday night. There we were, me scared out of my mind with a script that was 30 pages long verbatim, how the show has evolved over the years. But if you want to hear that first show, it's at davesgoneby.com, audio only. We didn't start doing video until, I guess, 2017 or 18. But the videos are there too, and the interviews are there too, and the sketches and the fun, all for free, davesgoneby.com. We've also put the audio archives up at castbox.fm. So if you're a podcast person, you can listen that way. And we've tried to put as many old episodes and interviews as we can at archive.org at the Dave's Gone By page. In fact, we've got 16 years now of our archives at archive.org and also castbox.fm. And you'll find most of our stuff on YouTube too, if they haven't censored us because of copyrighted music that we used to play. So it's so many places to find this program.
I'm going to do archive and just put it in.
Yeah, archive.org is a great place to go. I'm proud to be there because they're trying to pretty much archive all the sound and video and art and books and pictures of the 20th and 21st century at archive.org. It's rather amazing. And it's a nonprofit organization. I'm very, very happy that we've got now about 600 and something shows there.
Archive, Dave's Gone By?
Yeah.
No apostrophe?
No apostrophe, just go Dave's Gone, I think no apostrophe. Yeah, like one long word. If not, then do all 3 words with the apostrophe. And just Google archive.org. It should bring you to the site. They're not very good about just kind of popping up when you do a Google search. They're not optimized in that fashion, unfortunately. But I'm happy to have our shows there. But really, the best place is davesgoneby.com. That's the real place. You should look for archives of this program. Well, this program has crazy stuff that we do, kind of like the Colorado Limerick of the Damned, where we will be going to Rand, Colorado later in the program. Also, our Wretched Pun of Destiny, that is coming up, and our chat with Jeff Goodman. But as I mentioned before, I'm a theater type guy. I used to run the website for playbill.com, and I was an editor for stagebuddy.com, and I've got performingartsinsider.com and totaltheater.com, and I've written for Backstage, blah, blah, blah. Love the theater, have been connected to the theater in some way since getting out of college, essentially, in one way or another, as a critic, an actor, a playwright. So I love talking about the theater just a bit and sharing with you news of the Rialto. And that's why we call this segment Inside Broadway. Inside Broadway, a look at theater on and off Broadway and beyond. Brought to you by Total Theater and Performing Arts Insider. Curtain going up. Yes, indeed. inside Broadway we go every Saturday here on Dave's Gone By with just a little theater news. I know not all of you are theater people, and now nobody is a theater person in these Corona times. Just a reminder, but still, you know, you see everywhere you look, there's information about movies, there's information about music. I care about the theater, I'm going to share it with you. But there's nothing to share at the moment because all Broadway shows stopped on March 12th. And for the moment, Broadway will start grinding its gears again, supposedly, on January 3rd, 2021. Again, that's not the day that shows are going to start. That is just the day when, if things don't get pushed further, people are just backstage. Actors are going to rehearse again. Sets will be put up and all that, so that by March and April of 2021, shows in some way can go back on Broadway. Want to let you know some theater news, though. Moving off Broadway to Ensemble Studio Theater, which has been around for a few decades now. I actually did a very quick internship there back in my 20s, I think. So William Carden, who is a member of the Ensemble Studio Theater since 1978, and he's been their artistic director since 2007. He is stepping down from that position, and he figures this is the time for it because it's like a reset button for all of New York theater. And he says, A, because of COVID, nothing is being done in person in the theater. And second of all, he's like every place else, mostly in New York. You look around an organization like that, and there's a lot of white faces. And he's saying this is really the time for new leadership and more of what they call BIPOC, Black, Indigenous people of color, to be hired within this mostly Caucasian organization. Bill Carden, who is retiring from the org, he followed founder Kurt Dempster, who actually knew, and Dempster died a few years ago. He took over. So there've only been two artistic directors in the whole history of EST. Now, under Carden's stewardship, EST has been able to boast about the Youngblood program, which is all about developing new playwrights under the age of 30. And that program, the Youngblood, won an Obie in 2012. Carden's also ministering and responsible for the Sloan Project. If you've followed EST at all over the past couple of years, you know that they've got this thing going on where they put on new plays specifically about technology because they got a grant to do that. So EST is known for that, and basically their one-act festival. So maybe, yeah, it is time for new blood at Ensemble Studio Theater, but best wishes to William Carden, who has steered them over the past decade or so. And then, well, the funny thing was, well, it wasn't really funny, but when the whole COVID thing happened, and especially older people were specifically most affected by it in terms of being the most at risk for something bad and death. No, more old people are likely to die from COVID.
No, I think what happens is
Yeah.
that it's that not that more old people are likely to die. It's like if older adults get it and have chronic conditions or health stuff, they will die.
Well, most older people
Percentage.
have chronic conditions
No,
and health stuff.
Not everyone.
Not
The
everyone.
percentage of people getting it who are older are not the majority.
Well,
Yeah.
getting it and getting over it are,
Yeah.
and getting killed by it or hurt by it are different things.
But
Well,
even people who survive it have long-term effects.
yeah, no, that's if you go on the boards to read about Herman Cain, who passed away a day or two ago. All the Republicans are saying, well, the man had colon cancer a decade ago. That's what really killed him. He just happened to have COVID in his blood. And all the Democrats are saying, no, he got over the colon cancer. He's been cancer-free for a decade. What killed him was COVID. And that's the political argument. But now, when the COVID thing happened, people were like, oh my God, how's Betty White? How's Stephen Sondheim? Because we're all worried. We all want these precious American treasures to be okay. And people are always wondering, especially around her birthday time, oh, how's Olivia de Havilland, right? Olivia de Havilland was born on July 1st. So around July 1st, everybody was like, how's she doing? Is Olivia de Havilland still alive? And she was, up until this week.
How old was she when she died?
She was 104.
Whoa, that's awesome.
And she died of natural causes on July 25th.
That's sweet to go.
Born to British parents in Tokyo, Olivia de Havilland was 15 months older than her sister, another actress you might have heard of, Joan Fontaine, and they had a sibling rivalry pretty much all their lives. De Havilland did theater in school and in Saratoga when Max Reinhardt discovered her and cast her in A Midsummer Night's Dream on stage, and then they filmed it. And then after that, she acted with people like Joe E. Brown and Jimmy Cagney. And then the magic happened. She was in a movie with Errol Flynn called Captain Blood. And they ended up acting in like 8 other movies together, including the classic Robin Hood. She was a nominee for Best Supporting Actress for her role, probably what she is best known for in Gone with the Wind. She won her first Oscar for the film To Each His Own. And then she left Warner Brothers, and she even got more accolades because she felt she was being underused in roles that weren't worthy of her at the Warner Brothers studio. So she went into other studios. She was in The Heiress, that marvelous piece. She won an Oscar for that one. She turned down playing Blanche in A Streetcar Named Desire to raise her kids. But then the family moved to New York, and she played on Broadway in Romeo and Juliet. She played Juliet, probably an age when she wouldn't necessarily be playing Juliet. She also did George Bernard Shaw's Candida, and she toured with that show. Her last Broadway role was in the 1962 drama by Garson Kanin called A Gift of Time, where she co-starred with Henry Fonda. In 2017, the Queen made Olivia de Havilland a dame, and there's nothing like her. And this is amazing. Among the men that Olivia de Havilland dated, Errol Flynn, but he was still married, so they were actually just friends. They didn't consummate the relationship, or so they said. Jimmy Stewart, Howard Hughes, and John Huston. So, wow. she Olivia de Hag a lot, if you know what I'm saying. But a big farewell to this, what people are calling the real last legend of old Hollywood, who passed away this week. Well, legends or no, if you want to know about the theater and everything going on in it, even when there isn't that much going on, you're going to need to subscribe to Performing Arts Insider, the Bible of Broadway. Since 1944, this has been the publication that people in the entertainment industry have turned to find out everything they need to know about every show in New York. Not just Broadway, although we cover Broadway very much in depth, but off Broadway too. So here's our new issue, our July issue for 2020. This is the cast of the upcoming Broadway revival of 1776. They did a whole Zoom thing. And then, of course, Hamilton on Disney. But let's take a peek inside the magazine, shall we? We shall. So look at this. Look at all this information just on one page. All the shows that were playing last season, including the ones that were about to open and went on hiatus, and we're wondering what will happen to them in 2021, including shows that were running from seasons past, like Wicked and Phantom, and then shows that are actually scheduled to open. They have dates, or at least they have a theater set for this coming season, whenever it really gets going. And here's a map of the theater district on Broadway. Next page, a guide to all the Broadway theaters and who's in them and where they're located and who owns those theaters. And then a guide to the press agents. Look at this. Here, these are all the folks who are handling the shows on Broadway, how to contact them. So if you want to get in touch with a designer or an actor or a playwright, a composer, these are the people you go through first. This is how you do it. And then, of course, our day-by-day calendar chronological listing, which of course will be beefed up as we start to have actual more firm dates on and off Broadway. The July issue, we actually put out our August issue. I don't have a hard copy of it in front of me, but this is the July issue. Here's the winners of the Drama Desk Awards. And then, of course, the heart, the meat of the issue, our guide to Broadway off Broadway shows, with so much information about every single production. For example, if you were waiting, let's say, for Mrs. Doubtfire, which was supposed to open in April of this year, and will, if it's going to stick around, it'll open a year from now. Here's all the information about it. Who wrote it, the score, the choreographer, the set, lighting designer, hair and wigs, the cast, and the names of the actors and the characters they play, a bit of the plot, who are the producers, how do you contact them, notes about the show, who the press agent is, the theater that it's in, and the dates. It's all there in every page of Performing Arts Insider. How do you get it? Go to performingartsinsider.com. Performingartsinsider.com. It's an expensive publication, but the folks who subscribe renew year after year because it's the only place to get all this info so perfectly put together. And again, it's good to get a hard copy. There may not be hard copies of anything in 20 more years, but for now, it's nice to get a magazine.
Joel says hi.
Who does?
Joel says very good and informative. Thanks for sharing this.
Oh, well, you're very, very welcome. We do have a little more theater information for you here on Dave's Gone By.
I was in the bathroom. I don't know what you shared, but it's
Well, we have some kudos to give out. Congratulations to Ricky Kirshner and Glenn Weiss. They were the producers of last year's Tony Awards. We didn't have them this year yet, but the previous Tony Awards for the 18-19 season has 3 Primetime Emmy nominations, which were announced this week for Live Variety Special, Lighting Design for a Variety Special, and for Direction. Glenn Weiss actually directed the show. It was the 73rd annual Tonys that were held June 9th of 2019. So congratulations there. And then we're going to go out with one more farewell. Farewell to English film director Alan Parker, who died Friday after a long illness at the age of 76. Now, Parker doesn't have any Broadway credits, but his film credits have a lot to do with Broadway and musicals, because not only did he direct Midnight Express and Mississippi Burning and Bugsy Malone, which I think actually was a musical, but he was the guy who directed the film version of Evita that starred Madonna. He also did the Pink Floyd The Wall film, and a guy who probably did more to spark imaginations of high school kids wanting to get into the theater and be actors and playwrights and singers and dancers, even in a chorus line, you know, even then Glee many years later. Alan Parker directed Fame. And that iconic moment when Irene Cara and the cast are at the steps. They weren't actually allowed to film at the High School of Performing Arts, so they had to film somewhere else. But, you know, it was just put that on the map. And so a big farewell, a sad farewell to Alan Parker from the Daverhood. So we're going to leave inside Broadway and say hello to our old friend of the Daverhood, Jeff Goodman, right after this.
It's the famous gay white way where the night is bright as day. Ain't Broadway grand?
It's not just a thoroughfare, it's a tingle in the air. Ain't Broadway grand?
It's excitement, it's romance, it's all fun and song and dance. This wonderland, you can be a millionaire quicker here than anywhere. Ain't Broadway grand? You audition very well.
The theater, ladies and gentlemen. Broadway is grand indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, not even bothering to rouse himself or recovering from surgery, we have with us in the Zoomerhood, Jeff Goodman. I want to make sure, Jeff, can you hear me and can I hear you?
Yeah, ain't Broadway ain't so grand today.
No, well, it hasn't been grand since March, but how are you? I was expecting you to look all chipper and beautiful, and you're just lying there. Are you recovering? Are you in pain from surgery?
No, I'm not in pain from surgery. I'm in Las Vegas right now.
Yeah. So.
Oh,
and I had.
Oh, I have to gallery view here. That's better. What were you seeing before I put that on gallery?
Oh, do you want me to do it this way? Oop. What did I do?
Oh, we lost him for a second. There we go. There
Do
we
you want me
go.
this way or you want me that way?
Oh, I like you anyway, Jeff. No, that's fine. That's fine. I just expected
Okay,
you
fine.
sitting up.
I just was.
Yeah. So how are you, man? Thanks.
What
so much
happened
for
is
announcing yourself.
last night I had some. I must have had something bad. Oh my God! Not
What?
to be disgusting on air, but I had some dinner. Well, it sets you up for a great bad joke, by the way, because I think it was the second time I was at this restaurant in the hotel, and I went to. Hang on, I forgot to turn off my television. That's a big no-no.
There we go. I wasn't hearing the TV, but thank you. Okay, now it looks at least like you're making the effort to sit up.
Well, I put an extra pillow under here. I'll
Because I'm
stand
seeing
up later.
way up your nostrils, dude. I'm literally like there's a bat in the cave there.
Okay.
Oh, this is more of Jeff thing I've ever wanted to see. Oh no. Well, Jeff, my wife says that I have like a tiny, non-existent micro uvula. Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
How's my
Let me
uvula
see.
look?
It is actually a little tiny.
Oh, I don't have the whole punching bag because
It didn't really look. Wait, let's see again because I
No,
don't think it
no,
looked
no.
quite like a. No, you tilt up. So nope. Camera up. Oh, there it is. Wait, go down. Move your chin down. Yeah, it's kind of small. It's not really punching bag though. It's just kind of a little lip.
I have
How's
a
mine?
uvulette. Yeah.
Can you see? Yes, you have a uvula. How's mine?
Listen, hold still. I'm not. Oh, I see. Oh my, Jeff. What a big uvula you have.
Thank you.
We're losing.
I'm
viewers
very
every
proud
forward
of my
now.
uvula.
So
I have uvula gigantosus.
Yes, indeed.
But anyway, I want to set you up for a bad joke because this is a perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
The restaurant that I got sick from last night, because it was right after I ate, it was like, oh my God, there was like a lead bomb in my stomach. My friend wanted to go to Chinese food, so we went to Ping Pang Pong.
No, tell me that it's not the name of the restaurant.
No, not kidding. If you look it up, it is right here at the Gold Coast Casino, Ping
They
Pang
call it
Pong.
Ping Pang Pong.
Yep.
It's on the menu. It's on the front of the restaurant. It's called Ping Pang Pong.
Yep.
And we're worried about like the Cleveland Indians being offensive. It's like, oh.
What does it mean?
I think it's Chinese for diarrhea, apparently. What did you eat and what did it do to you?
I had chicken with ginger sauce
Okay.
because I want to eat healthy.
Yes.
And I think I had the same thing last time. I'm not going any more ping pang pong.
Yeah, you were doing ping pong pong last night. It's like,
Oh my God. I was up, but I don't know if you saw the text I wrote to you. I said it was good news and bad news because it's like 8 o'clock in the morning here, which is not exactly the time I'm chipper.
Of course.
But so last night after dinner, I was feeling horrible. So I got sick. I went to my room. I was like up all night, just spewing out of both ends.
It was a both ender.
But, yeah, it was. But I'm dying to find a scale because I think I might have broken the 180 barrier.
Of course you did. You
But I
lost
don't have
5
a
pounds
scale
last night. You lost 5 pounds last night.
I think so. Oh, you don't know. It's like I saw the chicken coming up. I didn't see it going out, but
They call it the Wuhan splats, ladies and gentlemen. That's from Wuhan. Oh,
yeah, it was,
I'm sorry that you feel terrible. I'm happy that you're
No,
in
I
that
feel
80 range. Yeah.
I feel better now, but
Yeah.
so I just kind of about 3 o'clock in the morning, I finally, I was sleeping and getting up and throwing up and pooping.
My God.
So all night, but then I woke up around 6:30 this morning. I felt much better.
Good.
Just keep drinking.
It was a bug.
Hydrate.
You had to get it out of you. I'm assuming that's the thing with the most food poisoning. You want to die while it's happening, but as soon as you get that last bit out, you're instantly better. It's not like getting over a terrible.
Well, it's
cold,
every time you just feel better, and then you go to sleep. You wake up and you go, oh, gotta go again. It was like you sleep for an hour or two, and then bloop.
No, but the
After
weird
that,
thing, I'm not going to mention her name. You know, my aunt, she
Yeah.
and my wife went to, it wasn't Vegas, it was Atlantic City. And they ate in a buffet. It was either at the hotel or near. And my aunt, man, that whole night just, they had to call the maid-in special. Let's just say, she,
Yeah.
you know how Portland looks after the riots or Seattle after their encampment? That bathroom apparently looked so much worse. And just guzzling cold ginger ale to get rid of the nausea. So there's something about hotel food. You gotta be like careful.
I don't know if it's hotel food. It's the same reason why all the buffets are closed now, is because, you know, people breathe into it. So she could have caught something from someone else. Who knows what? There's so many ways to do it. But this, I don't think ping pong agrees with me.
I think not. Well, wait, did it get you last time?
Yeah, I think, Liz, I've only been there twice.
Why did you eat there again? What's the matter with you?
I
What's wrong?
forgot. I forgot my friend.
It's like a Jew escaping from Auschwitz, and they say, you know, I think I left my book there. I think I'll go back and take it. What's wrong with you? I think I'll go to the place that nearly killed me last time. Unless it's for quick weight loss.
That's why I'm publicly telling anyone, if you see me go into ping pong, kick me out of there.
Yes. But no, the reason I'm also bummed in seeing you like this is I did this whole talk up early in the show.
Well,
I used to know you when you were 400, close to 500 pounds.
No, 527 pounds.
Was your high? I mean, I've seen you fluctuate. I've seen you lower than that. But
oh yeah, but you know me at 528.
Yeah, really? Wow.
You were oh wait, no, maybe not, because that was like that was about 2016 or so.
Yeah, I've seen you in the high 400s. So let's put it that way. I've seen you big. I mean, huge, big.
Yes.
And so I told people we wanted to get you on Zoom last time you were here 2 weeks ago, so we could show you. And
it's only been 2 weeks. Oh my God, it feels like forever.
No, you were on. We were going to get you on Zoom, and we did a phone call.
I know. No, I'm just saying this whole pandemic has made time go very slow for me.
Well, let me ask you. You're in Vegas. I mean, when you leave your hotel room.
Well, I could just so you know, I can get up from here. I just want to.
I know you.
I may walk you down to the casino and show you ping pong.
That would be amazing. That would be incredible. We would have like a travelogue. Nobody's ever done that before.
And I can show you in this casino, they actually have protective things for everything.
Well, will they let you? Are you allowed to take pictures in a casino, or do they get like they think you're
try to stop me?
Oh well, of course they will. They've got people on monitors who can easily stop you. They got mafia looking over you. You know?
I took pictures of it yesterday.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. All right, maybe, yeah, I would love to. That would be an amazing Jeff travel. And also, I would love for you to hold the camera like far away from you so people could see. Because they
you don't want to just see me?
Yes.
Well, I can turn this camera around, right?
Let me see. Yeah, I mean, you can do whatever. Remember that people are watching.
I'm going to show
your room or your stuff out there. So don't show
my room.
Yeah.
Why don't I want to show people the room?
I don't. Well, if you have anything splayed out or laid out or anything with your social security number, phone number on it, just be careful.
There you go. See, look, there's the front door.
Yeah.
There's my foot.
Oh, hello, foot. Tell me you're not.
Hello, David. How are you? I'm Jeff's right foot. Anyway, so this is
you can turn my left foot. It's non-existent. Yeah.
That's true. Well, see, there's no left foot because it's there.
Okay, and then there's Jeff's bulge. That was great to see.
I know.
Are those mirrors, is that just art that's missing?
It's art mirrors. There are 3 mirrors. There's the night table, the art mirrors, the front door.
Yeah.
And you go around. That's the thing with the TV. You see the TV and where you just a ledge and a couple of drawers and a closet. Yeah.
But see, your legs look normal. You look like you have the legs of a normal man. Understand that I used to see those legs. They were bigger than tree trunks. They were just
They're very muscular. I was lifting weight for like 40 years.
Wonderful. I mean, again, you have to understand. I saw this man. I thought you would be dead by now.
And by the way, not in a handicap room either. I used to have to get to a handicap room.
Now you're
anyway,
a normal person.
let me show you the room. So
So-
you go around, there's my
Yeah.
little luggage cart with my luggage. And
Yay.
this is the door to the bathroom. They have it's nice. It has a sliding door. I like that, the way that it works like that. Isn't that nice?
No, it's a pretty room. How long
And
are you in Vegas? How long are you in Vegas for?
8 nights.
Whoa.
Well, I'm because I'm moving here. Oops. I think because I'm moving here, I had to, this is the first and only time I'll get to see my apartment when,
Oh,
before I move. So I had to come. I mean, I have to be in quarantine for 2 weeks when I come back.
oh my God, that's right. But you
Yeah.
didn't have to be in quarantine when you came? In other words,
No.
they didn't say, hey, you're from New York.
No.
No, okay.
New York's doing really well. So that's the window to nothing. There's no view out there. And then you have a little desk over the back. There's a desk. And then this is my little night table.
But
That's
can
it.
you get to a full-length sort of mirror where we can actually see
Well,
you?
what I was going to do is I'll put the phone down and I'll walk in front and I
That'd be
won't see
amazing.
you.
By the way, we're talking to my friend Jeff. I wouldn't
Oh,
do
wait,
this
I'll
if I
turn
could
it
see
around.
anybody else, but miss my friend Jeff. What were you saying?
I'll turn the camera around, then I
Yeah,
might be able to
yeah.
see you too.
I hope that you're finding this as fun as I am. I mean, I'm but look at the face. If you've seen pictures of Jeff's face in, that I've put on Facebook when we've had him as a guest, you know that he has lost the weight. Look at that.
A lot of weight. I've lost exactly, well, I may have hit my barrier today. I lost exactly 346 or 348 pounds.
That's
Very
extraordinary.
close.
Look at
So let's see.
fantastic.
Let's put, I have to get something to lean the camera against. Oh, I'll put it against my distilled water, which saved my life last night. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, I would absolutely. But see,
Well, the water in Vegas is very hard and it doesn't taste right. So let's say, no, you need to get.
well, they would chlorinate it, and I knew it. No, I'm definitely getting a whole sense, and I saw your legs before. This is Jeff Goodman, almost like a third of what he used to weigh. At certain periods of
I'm
his life.
less than a third of what I used to weigh, I think.
But I thought also that we'd be talking about on this.
See, here I am. What do you think? Ta-da.
Amazing. I'm trying to think.
Hold on.
Like,
I'll do it the right way, that way.
you kind of remind me of the cult of Michael Herf Applewhite. He's the guy, I think it was the sneaker cult, where 20 people just lay down and went to sleep and died. But no, you look amazing.
And I'm walking without a cane. There I am.
Look at that.
Look at those knees.
Remember, as I was saying before, this is a man that people wouldn't want to sit next to at the theater because you'd spill over onto their chair.
Oh my God.
Well,
What?
an airplane.
One good thing about being fat, you sat up higher because I had a ton of this. See,
Oh.
look, this is my bad part. This is a lot of skin here. Oh,
What?
David, I learned something very interesting yesterday.
Tell me.
Not yesterday, on my way here. I have been constantly stopped in the airport, when you go through the metal detectors. They always pat me down. I always get a free massage.
Yeah.
So and finally the guy told me what it was. I thought it was my hip because I had a hip replacement.
But
And
basically,
I
they thought you were hiding stuff because you were just so big. You were tucking.
No.
fingers under your
No. They look at a screen. When you go through the thing, they look at a screen and it tells you what to check. So they told me, so I always thought it was the metal on my hip, but it's not. The guy told me Wednesday that he goes, you lost a lot of weight, didn't you? I said, yeah, how do you know that? He goes, the detector detects all my skin here, my waist, my thighs and my butt. That's where they're checking because the skin, there's too much skin there. So it looks not normal.
Wow. So
Isn't that
hold it. But were you stopped when you were huge and you would get on planes, or only after?
No.
Oh, so it's just been the last 2 or 3 years when you begin on planes and they see skin but no bones or anything. You're like, what? Why is he like that?
No,
Which-
because it all lumps up like here. This is all coming out. By the way, I'm getting side nipples in a couple of weeks.
Now, we were talking about this last time. I thought we'd be talking after the surgery. I thought you'd be describing it.
No, I had to go to Vegas first, because if I went to, I have to go to Vegas first, because then when you come back after the surgery, you have to be,
Quarantine.
you can't leave, and you have to stay local. You know, it's really, you're sequestered after surgery too.
Well,
But I can't, because of all the, it's a lot of stitches, you know, it's a big scar. It's a big incision they make. So, so you have to be on local rest, I guess, for 6 weeks.
Oh.
And I have a time frame to move, because, you know, there's so many weird things in my life with the house fire and all that, and I have to move by December.
Yeah. If go back 2 weeks, you know, after the show's over, watch the conversation with Jeff 2 weeks ago, and he'll explain how when you were having the gastric surgery, as that was
No, not the gastric, my hip replacement. I couldn't have my hip replaced until I lost a lot of weight.
Oh, right. Okay, it was the hip. So when did you have the gastric thing done? When was that?
I had the gastric surgery in April of 2018, and I had the hip surgery in December of 2018.
So once you had the hip surgery, how much were you down to at that point?
He told me he would not even consider making an appointment for the surgery, you know, to make a date until I hit 290. And 275 was the goal for surgery. But he told me, because I begged him, I said, come on, let's do it. And he said, call me when you're at 290. And I called him when I was 290. We made arrangements. And then by the time December rolled around, you know, by the time the surgery rolled around on December 12th, I was exactly 275.
And so how did you go from 275 to 185? Was it all just better eating, or did you have more stuff taken out?
Better eating, more exercise. I walk the dog. I walk myself all the time. I'm walking 2.5 miles a day. I couldn't walk 2.5 feet before. I mean, if I had to cross a room, it was like, oh my, climbing a flight of stairs, forget it. Couldn't do it.
And now you can climb a flight without even going out of breath, I assume. You can just
the other day, because here there are no valets. I very much miss my valets in Vegas, but I had to self-park, and I said, oh, you know, now I think about exercise a lot more. So I was on the 3rd floor of the parking garage. I said, I'm not going to take the elevator. I'm not going to wait for the elevator. I'm just going to walk up the stairs.
And how many one, two flight? How many flight?
3. Because, in Vegas, you start on the ground level, and then you go to 1, then you go to 2, and then you go to
So how much have you been winning or losing since you're in a hotel in Vegas?
I don't know, because you don't get a scale in the hotel rooms.
No, actually I meant money. I mean, are you gambling?
Oh.
Yeah.
I've been about even, Steven. I've been up, I've been down, and up is better.
Oh, up is, yeah. What is that from a class act? What?
Oh, by the way, I'm doing something I could never do before.
What's that?
Putting on my own socks. You know, I couldn't bend over and touch. I could touch them, but I couldn't, you know, get over to turn. It's like they have, actually, for people who have back problems and people, they have something called a sock assist, where you put the sock on this thing, and then you put your leg in, you hold it as 2 straps, and put your leg in it.
That's very smart.
It's very interesting, all this stuff.
I mean, were there other things, assistive devices that you needed when you were in the 400s and 500s that I wasn't even think about?
Cane. I needed a cane. Wiping your butt after going to the bathroom was not easy. It was, because, you know, you have massive butt cheeks, or I did. That's where I held a lot of weight in my butt.
No, you're joking, but after I had my hernia, my second hernia, when I had it back about 25 years ago, I couldn't sit on a toilet for days. I mean, I would just stand there and let God do his work.
Well, that's a good thing, because now with COVID, if you go to a public bathroom, you can do that. That's what I do.
Yeah.
But I practice that in Thailand, because a lot of times in Thailand, you just go into a bathroom and they just squat toilets. It's basically a toilet seat on the floor.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that. Why? I mean, you're meant to.
Well, didn't you see, were you alive during the Vietnam War?
Alive, yes.
People here, I'll have to do it over here. Let me get back.
Wait,
Now, in Vietnam and in Southeast Asia,
yeah,
when people relax, I don't know if I could do this quite that well, but
okay.
they sit there and they sit with their hands around their knees and they sit with their butt like just a couple inches above the ground. That's how they sit. That's how they relax.
Comfortable.
What?
They just squat there for hours at a time.
Yeah, well, you have to remember these people. These are very poor countries, so they don't have chairs.
Like, they can't afford chairs.
Some people
They
maybe
can't afford trees, a chair they can build. You know.
Well, suppose you're going to visit your parents or something, and there's like 4 chairs and there are 8 people there.
Okay, so you know what? You take like the soft leaves from the trees and you build a cushion. So you can actually put your ass down on something.
Well, I hope in your next life you come back as a Thai or Vietnamese child, and then you can tell them that. But they're perfectly comfortable like that. You'll see people like doing that squat sit on the side of the road. They hug their knees to the chest, and it balances you.
I literally have seen this, and I'm like, I guess at that point they don't want to touch their tushies to the ground.
I'm just going. You could talk. I'm just going out of camera range to. I want to just change into my shorts from my knockdowns, and so we can go down. So we can go downstairs.
We'll have part 2
range, right? Yeah.
taking us to the ping pong, the outside. Don't go into the ping pong restaurant. We're with my old friend Jeff Goodman.
Hey, I'm not that old.
I'm all right. Okay, you're in your 60s, right?
I am. I'm 62.
62. He's only a few years older than I am, quite honestly. And I've known Jeff since I was a theater critic, since starting out in the mid 1980s. Would have been that we first would have crossed paths on the aisle through our mutual friend Charlie Gross. So Jeff has had, as I said, quite a life. We used to advertise his balloon company on Dave's company. I used to do fancy schmancy balloons, party decorations. He did that for a bunch of years. And we've been talking about his weight loss and the burning of his house and the surgeries and everything else and his times as an actor. So it's kind of fun and kind of great that Jeff is still very much with us and looking better than he has in decades. Look at that.
Normal belt.
Look at that. Fan-damn-tastic. And let's see that bulge. Make the ladies happy. There you go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to show you everything.
Oh, okay. Well, are they gonna take some skin from there?
They're doing a revision. This is my other skin surgery. See that?
Okay.
They took it there and there. And just as happens with a lot of skin surgery, this side, there it is. There's the incision. This side is pretty flat, but this side, there's a little extra skin. So he's going to do a revision there. Okay. And he's going to take this side off. So my nipple.
Yeah, your nipple's going to go all the way to the,
Yeah, it's going to move to the side. I'm going to have side.
Yeah.
But you see, I'm going to lose this. And he's going to pull it back like that. So it's going to be tight. This is, by the way, welcome to my rib cage.
Yeah, we can see your rib cage. It's wonderful.
The first thing when you lose weight is you learn you have a collarbone.
You have you don't want them to take off your nipple and attach it elsewhere.
That's the other surgery. That's the proper surgery to have. That's called the gynecomastia.
Right. You're not doing
no, because my insurance company said no.
Oh.
And what the insurance said no, but this is a different surgery, just to get rid of the side skin, but it does smooth down your chest.
And you want to explain to people because, like, nobody could see you show us your tummy, you show us, look at this saggy, flabby skin. It says what you have. But of course, we don't see that when you wear clothing.
What's that?
But of course, you don't see any of that when you wear clothing.
Why you see a little bit of this?
Yeah.
I'm careful about what I wear because sometimes you can look like you're a 90-year-old lady.
Well, yeah, man, I'm getting the man boobs too. It happens. But why do it? Why risk another surgery?
This surgery, I have to get this off anyway because the side skin, I tend to toss in my sleep, and every so often, not as much now as before the other surgery, but I think just there was so much skin there. But every so often, I will turn on my side or flip it at night, and the skin here will get lodged under my back and will pinch me awake.
Ooh, ouch. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because
So-
it kind of hurt. It's like that's why they won't pay for my I need a butt lift and I need a thigh lift because I have massive skin on there.
But they think that's cosmetic. They think it's not urgent surgery.
Right.
Or,
Right, but it's not painful. It's just annoying.
No, yeah.
It's like, because like when I sit down to go to the bathroom, I literally have to spread my, because otherwise the skin will get in the way.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know if anyone wants to know this, but it's true. I mean,
Well,
I'll
I
joke
would
about
be
it.
surprised if there are people watching this program who are very, very large and have been considering this kind of thing. Well, there's just people who are fascinated by it. I mean, well, how long has
Yeah.
my 600-pound life been on the air? Because people are
Yeah.
just kind of, that's a whole other way of living and thinking and eating, and how do they do it? And how do you get over it? And how do you no longer do it?
It's very difficult, but it's so worth it. Because someone asked me the other day, asked me if I'm happy now. You know, so a heavy woman asked me that, and I said, I'm very happy. I said, it's a whole new life, and I feel like all of a sudden my life is so much better in so many other aspects, just looks. It's how you can move, you can get into things. You know, my friend was telling me the other day, getting into his car was like a horrible. He said, I'd have to wait for 10, you know, because you don't realize you can't fold to get into a car. I'd have to hold the roof of the car so I didn't bang my head because you can't fold as much.
Oh man.
So now it's not, you know, when I was buying a car, I'd have to, the big thing was to test it out to see if you could sit in the car properly, if you can get in and out. It was weird because it's not a normal size. It doesn't mean you're not normal, but you're just not a normal size.
I'd love to see you ride a bicycle. I'm wondering if you ever want to try that, just for the.
I haven't ridden a real bicycle because I would have done it but I lost that in the fire too.
Well, we're talking with Jeff Goodman here on Dave's Gone By. Jeff is going to take us. So this is going to be a first, really, for Dave's Gone By. We're going to go mobile. Jeff, pull your shirt down, though. You've got the got a little
Skin hanging out.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But you're going to take us through the hotel and to the Ping Pang Pong restaurant that almost killed you last night.
Well, don't say it too loud because they can hear you.
Well, you want them to hear you. They should give you your money back. You know,
No, he does. It could be from his surgery.
one from column.
No,
A,
not the surgery. It's just,
it should not
it could have
hurt
been from
my
anything. You can't prove where you get. I don't know if it was food poisoning. I don't know. Who knows? Oh wait, I
I
mean,
know. It could have been something you got on the plane.
I forgot my most important things.
Oh, what's that? Well, your wallet makes your stuff. Yeah.
No, the most important thing.
Hotel room key? Oh, I don't even think. Of course. Yeah. The mask.
Wow.
For sure.
David,
Yeah.
Antonio, Allison, Brian, and 2 more Davids joined.
What, there couldn't be that many Davids watching. There aren't that many Davids living. My wife is saying how many people are watching this program now. You look like a surgeon. With
Yes.
the glasses and the mask, you absolutely look like you should be performing the surgery, Jeff.
True.
So let's take a walk. Let's see you.
Okay. Going to. It's my little room key.
Okay.
Venture out into the hallway.
You know, I've been doing radio for 18 years. It's just interesting to me to suddenly be like doing video. You know?
Then a mobile. So,
Here we
wait,
go.
I'll turn the camera around too, so you can see what I see.
Sure. Do you see what I see? Typical hotel room. Very nice.
Yes. You don't need to see my masked face. You can't even see my lips move.
Yeah, that's true. We get a visual. This is like The Shining.
Yes.
A red rum.
What did the twins say? We see you.
What did this? Yeah, I don't remember the movie.
This is the lovely view out my bedroom window too.
Oh, let's
See,
see
we
that.
see the roof. That's the rooftop of the casino. That's the Palms Hotel.
Is that a pool? Is
No.
that water?
Hold on, let me.
Oh, just the roof. I think it's just the roof. Okay.
That's just the roof. That's air conditioning. But that's the Palms, and it's the Palms condos.
Okay.
See, there's the sign for the Gold Coast, and that's the strip over there. That's the Badara, and New York. You see the gold thing way back there. That's Mandalay Bay. The pyramid is Luxor.
Right.
There's the Rio next door. That's closed. All right, let's get the
I'll say
elevator.
this about the palms. You got to hand it to them.
Ah,
Thank you. Thank you very much.
that was not very funny.
Thank you. Here comes the elevator.
Yes.
This always gives me a lift.
Oh my God. We have to go L. I told you, see, one, L1.
Well, that's where the stuff is. So Jeff is actually going to walk us through a casino here. And then
in Vegas, all the elevators have all this advertisement for everything.
Always, yes. And then the other side is an advertisement too, or is that offerings at the hotel? Like
that's all drinks.
Huh.
We're at the lobby.
Lobby.
Good morning.
Yeah, don't walk into anything. Make sure you're okay.
I can see.
I'm seeing casino already. It's quiet so far for a casino.
Well, there's not a lot of people, but wait till you see what they did here. I think they're very safe here. They have the everybody is separated by plexiglass. They've cut down. You see the plexiglass on tables?
A little hard, I guess. Yeah.
I don't want to show people gambling. I just want to.
No.
But I'll bring you up to a table. See, this is plexiglass here. See this?
Oh wow!
Everyone is separated by.
Yeah.
See this a plexiglass thing here. This plexiglass thing back here.
That's amazing. I mean, it's not
and of course the deal is protected by plexiglass here. This is plexiglass.
Mm-hmm.
And then you give your money under here. You know, they go. It's very interesting.
Well, the money has more filth on it. Are the dealers and everybody wearing gloves too?
Yeah. No gloves.
Oh,
Just
no.
they wear masks. Everyone has masks. So this is all. That's the sports book back there with all the TV.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of slot machines.
Sure.
Video craps, video roulette.
But I think they move things away from each other because it feels a very open place there.
There you go.
A lot of space between things in the first place. Oh, hello.
I thought you'd like to see that.
Yes, I would. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Craps.
That's what you were doing last night.
That's a craps thing. I don't know. I was playing very loosely craps last night.
Well, yeah. Oh, they have chairs this time instead of your stools.
And have you ever seen a sports book? This is it's like an accounting firm. Everyone sits there and just makes their bets.
Oh, okay.
It's like everyone has a little desk and they look at a million TVs.
That you could do online at home.
And every bar in Vegas, by the way, is closed.
Oh, what? Wow.
You can't even sit at the bar and play the machines.
Or have a drink, but do they bring drink? I mean,
here's for you too.
But
so the bars are all closed.
Yeah, but do the usherettes, do they serve people at all? What are they walking around for?
By the way, they're called waitresses in restaurants, not usherettes. And there's the noodle exchange. Can you see the noodle exchange? And guess where we are?
So it's literally in the casino. It's the Chinese place. Are we getting there?
I can't hear you. What'd you say?
You said, guess where we are. And I'm like, where's Ping Pang Pong? What is that? That's just a game. There it is. There it is. Special. We give you a diarrhea with every order.
Yeah.
I know that's racist, but they deserve it. Man, looks pretty.
You wait here to be seated. There are all these lines and a million. I'll show you from the front. There are all these lines for barriers and stuff.
Well, yeah.
So you wait in this line to be seated. You wait in this line for your.
The line for the hospital.
Please wait here to order to go.
Well, you went. You certainly went several times.
Yes. This was the pickup order to go line.
Right.
And this is if you're titanium or an onyx member, which means basically that you have a gambling problem.
Actually, the pickup organs, they pick you up
Oh.
on a stretcher.
Look. Another waitress.
Yeah, hello.
They all have to wear. Every waitress in Vegas.
What was she asking?
And by the way, you'd be very happy at this hotel
Why?
because they have
They have a theater? Oh,
a
bowling!
bowling.
Oh, I haven't gone bowling
And
in 20
as
years.
it turns out, they just opened 2 days ago.
Wait. Joyce is saying you shouldn't be able to go bowling because how can you touch the balls? What if
Oh, and they also have really long escalators. Want to take a ride on an escalator?
Let's go up the escalator.
Sure.
We can do it now or escalator. There we go. Is it
How
moving?
interesting is this video, huh?
Well, I'm enjoying this. I feel like I'm in Vegas with you. I feel like I'm literally in that hotel.
Do you want to walk down the stairs or do you want to escalate down?
I would say walk down. I want to see. It'll be bouncy, but I want to see you walking.
Okay, I'll try not to bounce as much. I don't jiggle as much.
No, but I'm saying I want you to. I'm happy that you're walking up and down stairs. I think that's fantastic.
So, ooh, look at that. They have a big gate on the bowling center.
Well,
They're not open till noon.
it said July
10 o'clock.
30th, but they're probably open in the afternoon.
And by the way, it is Party Central. These birds are ready to strike.
They look angry. I get it.
They
Oh,
are.
strike! I get it.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Do you want to go down
Yes.
slow or fast? We're going down the stairs.
Go down fast. I want to. Don't hurt yourself, but go down fast. That's what she
Going
said.
down fast.
Look at him go. If you're
Look at him
getting
keep-
watching, just watch one side of the screen.
I'm faster than the yellow escalator.
You should be.
There we go.
Excellent, Jeff.
Oh, do you want to play? You want to play some slots?
Now I don't really. Nah, not really. I leave you to do. I was talking to do the trivia game with you, but I can't do that.
Oh, by the way, you know what? I actually won a little bit on video poker. Boom, boom. But I won last. Was it yesterday? The day before?
Yeah.
On a little shop of horrors. A little shop of horrors slot machine.
Oh, excellent.
I thought that was great. Audrey too gave me some money.
Well, yeah, but she might have just been a plant.
She kept eating my bonus points, and then as soon as I got enough bonus points, she spewed out some money. So I guess I fed her enough.
Very
And
nice.
this is real big here.
Yeah. What was that? Of course, Wheel of Fortune.
Did you see it?
Yeah, and 4D. Ooh.
And you see this, like, they're big, these slot machines. I mean,
Jeff
it's like,
one of the other stories Jeff told us many years ago was that he was on the Price is Right.
what's that?
Marker. When you were back in the day.
Yeah. I have to get out
Okay.
from under these speakers. They're not helping me any.
All right.
So
cool,
it's
Jeff.
good. I'm getting in some steps now. It's really
Yeah.
good.
How hot is it outside? How is it there?
Hold on, I'll check the temperature.
Sure.
Oh, it's only 99.
Cool. Only 99. Here we are.
Oh, there you go.
We're back.
There's the pearl.
All right.
There's another. See, they've they're all lines. It's like,
I'm getting exhausted watching this here. Yeah.
look, there's another closed bar. I mean, it's a pretty big casino.
Well, yeah, no, it seems huge to me. It's like nonstop.
And here's the steakhouse. Every casino has to have a steakhouse. Oh, I like this one too yesterday. I think I made some money on this.
Wait, hold on.
See it? Hold on. I'll play this one because he was kind of funny.
Let me see.
I hope I don't lose too much.
No, that's cool. That's cool. There's. Let me see if we can. Oh, it's dancing. All right.
Yeah, he's dancing. Okay, can you see?
Marvel's Mystery. All right.
Yes. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Prepare to be amazed. It's what it says. So you put
Yeah.
your card, you get your card, you put it in the slot,
Okay.
and it says card accepted. Welcome, Jeffrey. You see, they even know who I am.
You know, if you win, you owe me 15%. You understand that because I'm putting you on the air while you're doing this.
I don't know. You owe me.
Well, no,
That was yesterday's
keep
thing. I was so sick I didn't even cash out my thing.
Brought to you at great expense from the four corners of the world.
You heard that, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And then you hit the credits. So we'll play 80 cents. And we won nothing.
Oh well. Oh, and I see it does that. Okay. Nope. We got the wild thing there, but no. Oh well.
Keep going again.
Just a couple more times, and then we're gonna.
See, they have a knife thrower and escape artist.
Yeah.
Just tell me when to hit it. You say hit, and I'll hit. You say hit, and I'll put it in.
Well, but it's not like poke or whatever. It's not like that card game where you under 16 or over 16.
No. You have to get 3 in a row. You'll see once I hit it. Just say push the button. I'll push the button.
Push the button. I know.
Oh.
No. What?
We won $1.60.
Fantastic. Yay. All right. I'm good luck for you. No, don't do anymore. You won. Walk away.
No, we were gonna. Well, wait till you get to the bonuses. They're the hilarious ones. Bonus? Oh no. Where you going, Dave?
Well, no. I want to ask Joyce something. Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, that's a good one. The spectacular bonus. That was pretty fun.
Okay. We'll do one bonus, and then I've kind of got to move on with the show and the.
Okay, well, I'll go to bonus. No, I don't know how you can do the bonuses. I mean, you have to get them. They're not easy.
That's what happens. You get lucky ones. It keeps you gambling, and then. Yeah.
Oh, the free spin. You need 3 of them.
El Kabam. Okay, good. Yay.
But we didn't get free spins.
Oh well. All right, Jeff. I'm going to leave you to your.
No. I'm going to walk around.
Well, okay.
I'm going to cash out.
And it just goes right on your card, right? You don't get money from anybody.
You don't get money back, but you get like points, and you get rated, and then you get free things with points. But they have things like his. Let's see. I don't know who she is. She has golden fruit.
I'm sure she does. You know what I'm
and
saying.
Here's the Riverboat Queen. This is like a very gay area. It's a Riverboat Queen, golden fruit, and Marvel's Mystery with the dancing. Then you go to the animal section, which is Honey Bear.
Oh.
Want to play Honey Bear for a couple of spins?
No, I don't. I kind of want to either get out of the casino and go outside or in segment. Yeah.
That's the White Panther, and here's the Yardbird. Okay, well, we'll go out. I'll walk you outside. You tell me what you want to do. I don't care. I'm here all week.
That's right.
This is the buffet. All the buffets in Vegas are closed. It's a terrible buffet there. Hold on, I'm just putting my winnings in my losings in my pocket. See that's the big buffet.
Wow. Okay.
And here's Keno. Everyone's playing Keno here at 8 in the morning. Can you believe it? This is I've never been around this early.
And yet there's still people playing it. Like, remember, we're
24 hours a day.
It's only 8 o'clock in the morning there, right? 8:40.
Yeah. It's crazy. A lot of Chinese here. So there were all these Chinese games. Everything has Chinese themes.
Ping Pong hasn't killed him yet.
Here's the right. Here's the panda, the Wicked Wheel panda. Look at all that money. And this goes up to, I think there's more casino up here. This is the bingo room and the ballrooms.
Okay.
This big
But I want to get outside. I really need to get out of
It's a big casino. The doors are up there. You just have to wind your way around a million slot machines. This is all video poker here.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay.
Well, while Jeff is walking, I'm going to take the opportunity to remind you You're watching Dave's Gone By with me, Dave Leftwich, my darling adorable wife, Joyce. Our guest, Jeff Goodman, is taking us out the door of the casino.
I'll take it out and I'll bring it back in on the winner's wall because you'll like the winner's wall.
Okay.
They take pictures of you and you get it. So here we go.
Okay.
Welcome to the parking lot.
I feel like I can, even though it's 99 degrees out there, I feel like getting out of that room, I can breathe easier now.
Okay. See, there's the Palms. That's right across the street.
Okay.
The Palms Casino Resort and Spa. And this is welcome to beautiful Las Vegas.
Now, is there a place where you can sit in comfort, where it isn't a million degrees, that's quiet, where we can keep you for our today, yesterday, like we did last time?
Yeah, I'll find a place to sit. I'm perfectly comfortable. Just to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I know everyone says it and they think I'm crazy, but it's a dry heat and I don't mind this. To me, this is like warm. It's just nice.
Well, you like this?
I think it's because all the weight made me very hot for all those years.
Well, sure. Well, sure. So find a cozy spot, and then what we can do is play our today, yesterday game on Dave's Gone By. This is a trivia game where
oh, here we go. We have
fantastic. Yeah, look at that bench. That looks great. Nice in the shade.
And
I have the thing where they
walking anytime.
Do they spritz you with water every time you walk in anywhere? It's like this mist that cools
No,
people
not
off.
really. Oh, today's Saturday. I can swipe and win. Earn 20 tier credits. Oh, I could do it now. Every Saturday in August. And today's the first Saturday in August, so it's good. And by the way, I'll show you what they're advertising over here.
Yeah.
Oh no, I thought it was Madame Tussauds. It's the Cornerstone Steakhouse and
What is that? Oh, there it is. There it is. Greatest restaurant in the history of the world. Ping Pang Pong. Open daily.
good Chinese. And there's the food.
Yeah. When they say open daily, they actually mean your anus. They do.
Oh, Dave. Okay, I'm going to sit in the chair and we can talk.
Yeah, well, sit in the chair. I need to, because it's like 11:45 here in New York. So what I want to do is do our quiz, our today, yesterday quiz, and you can play the game as you 2 weeks ago with us. You can see if you can answer the trivia questions that we've got.
And I'll remove my mask so you can see me because it's easier to, since I'm outside, I can remove the mask.
Excellent. So you are the house. They're going to be playing against the house. But
They're going to win.
No, you're good at that. But here's the deal. I will ask you not to give the answers immediately because we have a time limit.
I know.
Yeah. So let me play the, do I need the, let's see, I know there's an answer. We have a theme song for it. Let's get to it. Yes, there's an answer to these trivia questions. I have them. Jeff and I think Cynthia and Jeff are watching as well. We'll try and guess them. You're welcome. Everybody who's watching can type them in on the Facebook page. But again, you're playing against Jeff. So, are you ready for our first question?
So no luck needed at all.
No, well, no. It's actually just trivia memories. So even if you get all of them wrong, they're kind of useless trivial information anyway. Are you ready, Jeff?
Ready.
The year 1793.
What year?
1793.
Oh my God.
The date, August 1st, the metric system was decreed as the law of the land in this country where it was invented. What was the country? Don't say it if you know it, but I'm going to give a multiple choice. There's multiple choice though. Italy, France, England, or Spain. So don't say the answer if you think you know it. Hold on to it. I'll read them again. On this date, the metric system was declared the law in the land in the country where it was invented. Was this Italy, France, England, or Spain? So hold on to it. And we're going to wait for some of our friends. I'm going to try and get on the Facebook page that I have to see if I'm seeing any of the Hold on. Let me see where.
I'm hearing Jeopardy music.
Well, that's perfect.
Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 boom. Ba-doom, 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 doom, doom, doom.
Oh, we have.
France. Cynthia says
Boom.
France.
Okay. We have an
Boom,
answer
boom,
from
boom,
the gallery.
boom, boom.
Jeff, do you want to give your answer to which country?
Yes, and I'll tell you my logic for this because I have no idea.
Oh.
But I'm thinking if you say the word metric in an English accent, it doesn't sound right. If you say it in Italiano, the metric, yeah, not really. And French, forget it. I'm not good at these bad accents. What would French be?
Maître, métrique.
No, that's definitely wrong.
No, okay.
But Spanish, I think it's like, wait, let me hear a Spanish accent.
And métrico.
Metrique. Yeah, I think it sounds best in a Spanish accent.
So Jeff is going for Spain. My cousin Cynthia and her Jeff are saying.
Oh, they beat me all the time.
Well, they beat you again because the answer is in fact France, where Gabriel Mouton came up with the metric system back in 1670, and it became the law in 1793.
Well, it was a bad name, tell them. Dig them up and tell them it was a bad name. It doesn't sound right in a French accent.
You know what, Jeff? I'll tell her when I meet her.
Oh, it's a her.
No, it's just a little joke. Meet her, when I meet her, metric. How the hell with it? Okay, next question. Oh, now you get it. Yeah. 1842.
I do not miss your jokes, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't miss your jokes, nor the rabbi.
Thank you, double. He's not even on this episode. 1842 is the year.
France, right?
Well, it's Saturday.
Right,
How can he be?
correct answer. The more things change, here we go. To commemorate the end of slavery in the British West Indies 8 years earlier, Black men organized a peaceful march. They were met by Irish Catholic men who started beating them and burning things as usual. The madness went on for 3 days, starting today, and is known as the Lombard Street Riot. In what American city is this Lombard Street? And think about it, don't answer it. So again, to commemorate the end of slavery in another country, in British West Indies, Black men organized a peaceful march in this American city. However, it became a riot when Irish Catholic men met them, started beating them and looting and burning. This went on for 3 days and was called the Lombard Street Riot. In what American city is this Lombard Street? So hold on to the answer if you have one.
I don't have an answer. I told you, I don't know these things.
You want to take a guess?
Because
So you have a guess from Cynthia and Jeff.
your cousins answer everything right. Well, I'm thinking it's not San Francisco because not a lot of British West Indians there.
Okay.
So I would say Lombard sounds like an Italian name, so it's probably a city that was founded by Italians. So I'm thinking maybe Boston.
Was Boston founded by the Boston sounds more Irish. I think of Irish when I think of Boston.
Oh.
Maybe
What would I think of Italian then? But maybe the South.
Il Newark.
What?
Pick a place. Just pick a city. Or you can say I don't know.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay. Jeff says Jacksonville, Florida. My cousins say New Orleans, Louisiana. And the answer is, of all places, and by the way, you were right, Jeff, it's not the San Francisco, the famous Lombard Street there.
Right.
In fact, Philadelphia. That's where the Lombard Street riot happened.
See, I was going northeast.
Yeah.
And then you made me think southern, but I kind of thought it wouldn't be, because they were celebrating something from what'd you say, Creole, and that made them go to New Orleans, and I knew that was not going to.
But so far, Jeff and Cynthia are 1-1, and you, Jeff, you're 0-2. Not doing great. You'll pick it up. I think you'll get this one. 1900 is the year. Brothers Edouard and André, speaking of French people, published the first edition of this book, which guides motorists to good hotels and restaurants along their way. Name it, don't say it yet, but name.
I know, but I can't remember the name of the book.
Oh, Okay. I'll read the question one more time. The year was 1900. Edouard and André published the first edition of this long-running book, which guides motorists to good hotels and restaurants along their way.
It sounds like a Russian character.
Name the book. Okay, so hold on. I'm waiting for Cynthia and Jeff. And then if they pop in a guess.
They're those big, thick guides. Can't think of the name.
Okay.
It's something guide.
I will give you a hint. I'm just waiting for something to maybe chime in with something. But I can give you a hint that may help you. Aha, we have an answer. So Jeff, I want you to answer this before you get tired.
It's not Goodyear. Firestone?
No.
Pirelli?
As Cynthia and Jeff got the answer, Edouard and André Michelin.
Oh, that's, well, Michelin, I would have thought with the food because of the Michelin stars.
Right, exactly.
I was thinking of the other one. Where do you go with when you travel worldwide? And they
There's Floaters and there's
not Floaters.
Floaters and the Rough Guide, and there's one or two others. But anyway, no, it was Michelin. So
no, I can honestly say I would not have gotten that one either.
Oh, I thought you would have that one. Maybe you'll get this one.
I told you, big loser.
No, it's just trivia, man. It doesn't matter. 1957 is the year.
I guess. Oh, go ahead. That's 62 years ago. So years I was born.
1957, big year for Jeff. Baseball player Gil Hodges hit a grand slam today, and it was the last one ever for this team, at least in its incarnation at that time.
I got a sports one. I know it.
All right, don't say it.
I'm not.
Baseball player Gil Hodges, the year 1957, August 1st. Yeah.
I think he came back to he became a manager in like the 60s, Gil Hodges.
Yeah.
I remember he was on a baseball card that I once owned. So.
Oh, do you still have it?
No. My mother threw them out while I was at camp.
Well, we have an answer from Cynthia and Jeff. Jeff, what team? Gil Hodges.
It's the New York. Oh God, I had it in my head. Not the Dodgers. The ones that moved from New York. Wait. Yeah, the Dodgers. The Brooklyn Dodgers.
You got it, man. I was going to say you got the state right, but it was the Brooklyn Dodgers that Gil Hodges.
Well, because Gil Hodges managed the LA Dodgers, I thought.
That's it. But he hit the last grand slam home run when they were still the Brooklyn Dodgers, and then he went over with them to LA. And I guess he managed.
And how long did he live after that? Is he dead? He must be dead, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming
probably 130.
Yeah.
Was the second answer New Orleans?
No, the second answer was the place was.
That was the Michelin Guide.
And we had France.
Michelin Guide.
Philadelphia Michelin Guide and Brooklyn Dodgers. So far,
Got 3.
yeah, that 3-1. Jeff is 1-3. So all right, you're building.
Woo! And I got a sports question, which is even really weirder.
It helps that you're from. How? Oh.
What?
So Jeff put up an answer already. Like 1972. No, that's not an answer. I think that's when he died. I think they're putting up.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
Now they're psychic. It's like Borg.
They're answering the questions before I give them.
Okay, so can I ask Jeff questions directly?
I guess you can. Go for it.
Jeff, what number in roulette should I play?
So
17.
Joyce is saying 17. So
Okay.
I find Joyce lucky. So that might be a good one.
17 or 6.
17 or 6.
17 and 6. Okay. Oh, I didn't bring my pen, so I'll have to remember that.
Oh,
And what does Jeff your cousin Jeff
pick
say?
a number, any number.
No, but tell them to pick a number. I'll play it later.
They have 537. So you're going to try and play. Oh, 37.
That's a big roulette wheel. That's a very big roulette wheel.
They meant to type 37. 37.
It's so funny you picked 537 because that's my room number.
Whoa. Woo-hoo.
Isn't that
All right.
nuts?
Are we ready for our next question in our today yesterday quiz? By the way, it is high noon here Eastern time in the Daverhood. You're watching Dave's Gone By with me, Dave Lefkowitz, my wonderful wife Joyce, Jeff Goodman with us playing our today yesterday quiz.
And it's 9 a.m. in Vegas.
Yeah, happy Vegas time. Happy morning to you. 1960. The time, it's August 1st. The place, Columbia Records. Today marked the first recording session for this 18-year-old singer whose album, backed by the Ray Bryant Combo, will come out the following January. Name the artist, and it's a multiple choice. Okay.
Wait, what was the year?
1960. Okay. So was the artist Tom Jones, Harry Belafonte, Barbara Streisand, Aretha Franklin? So don't answer.
And she was backed by what? They were backed by what?
By the Ray Bryant Combo on the first album of this artist for their first record for Columbia Records. It was the first recording session for this 18-year-old singer. Was the singer Tom Jones, Harry Belafonte, Barbara Streisand, or Aretha Franklin? So think about it, and we'll wait for Cynthia and Jeff to chime in. And of course, anybody else who wants to beat them to the punch, see if you're there first. Play against the house, play against Cynthia and Jeff. They have an answer. Jeff, do you?
It's a toss-up between Tom Jones and Barbara Streisand, but I'm going to go with, what kind of gay person would I be if I didn't say Barbara Streisand, right?
So you're going with Barbara, or Barbara Streisand?
No, that's Bob. It's not Barbara. It's Barbara. Because
Barbara.
there's no Barbara. B-A-R-B-R-A.
B-R-A.
Barbara.
It's not Barbara, it's Barbara. So Jeff says it's Streisand. Cynthia and Jeff, they're saying it's Aretha Franklin.
No, she's too young. That would make her too young, I think.
No, they're kicking your ass. They're right. It was Aretha Franklin, because Aretha
I
was
still
on,
think they're using their computer.
they're not, I trust them. They're my cousins. And what happened was Aretha Franklin.
That's even more reason not to trust them, Dave.
Thanks. Aretha was on Columbia for a couple of years and didn't really have the success she was hoping for. And then she moved to Atlantic Records with Jerry Wexler. And that's when they figured out the sound that she would have, and that gave her respect and all those.
So wait, so that means she was born in 1942, and she died young then.
Ish. Well, she died like 2-3 years ago, right?
Oh, wait, let's ask your cousins. How old was Aretha Franklin when she died?
Yeah.
She didn't get any RESPCT from me.
oh, you know what? Cynthia and Jeff said that you are just. Oh, I think she's talking about her husband. She's saying Jeff is just brilliant. Sorry. Yeah.
Cynthia, give me a little love there, baby.
So when did Aretha Franklin die? It was, or how old was she, I should say, when she died? If I start trying to type on this computer, it'll mess everything up, so I can't look it up.
But we know Cynthia and Jeff are already on the computers.
What? Sorry?
We know they're already on the computer.
Yeah,
no one knows when Gil Hodges died.
I'm telling you. By the way, we're playing our yesterday quiz with. She was 76 years old.
So not as old as I thought she was. So sorry, Aretha. I loved you, but I thought you were older.
She wasn't in the best. If she had lost weight like you did, she probably would have made it to 80 something. So
Aretha, yeah. I would have helped to lose weight because I like Aretha Franklin.
Cool. Oh, well, much respect.
Yeah.
And you would have made her a do-right woman. Anyway, we've got 3 more questions in our yesterday quiz. We move, and remember, all these things happened on August 1st of that year. 1971 is the year. Speaking of music, George Harrison and friends played a benefit gig at Madison Square Garden for what troubled and impoverished country? Okay.
Oh, I think I know that one.
Okay, so 1971 is the year. George Harrison and friends played a big benefit at Madison Square Garden to help what troubled and impoverished country?
Now I'm thinking a second one. I get myself confused, Dave.
All right. Well,
I'm in the confuser hood.
Cynthia and Jeff, or by the way, they mentioned they can go on Zoom. That'd be fun. And maybe answer live and we can see them too. That'd be great. So, but they have an answer for this question. What was this concert for? Jeff, you can answer. My Jeff.
I'm thinking, at first Biafra came into my mind. I said, no, I don't think that's right. I think it's Bangladesh, which used to be East Pakistan.
Are you, will you go with that answer? Is that your final answer?
I'm going with Bangladesh.
Bang that drum, it's Bangladesh.
Hey.
Remember the album cover with the little kid in front of a bowl and it's all orange? And there was a big concert with like 3-record set and Ravi Shankar and Eric Clapton and George Harrison, Ringo was there. Dylan played, they know he'd show up and he played a set. So it was the concert for Bangladesh. Well done.
And I'm sure your cousins got that right too, the show offs.
They did. They're killing, they're rocking it today. They are. But Jeff, you got two. You got two so far. And we have 2 more questions in our
I'm at
quiz.
40%.
Right? So something like that. Yeah, 2 out of 6 is
2 out of 6. I thought there were only 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that was our 6th. So
oh my God, I'm only at 33%.
Yeah. All right, but you can build back up, man. 1981.
Okay, I was alive.
August 1st. The flag was planted and a brand new cable channel, music television, was born. The first video was.
I know. Don't even say it. Don't even say the first video. I know what it was. I know the first video.
Well, then hold on to it. It was by a band called Buggles and could not have.
The Buggles. It was the Buggles because I liked it.
Oh, there were the Buggles? I thought it was just Buggles.
Nope, they were the Buggles.
Could not have had a more apt title. So hold on for Cynthia and Jeff, but
oh, they know it.
Tune. They probably will, but I'm glad that you know it because you're gonna get this one. 1981, MTV went on the air. Their very first video was this song by Buggles.
I have a bonus question when we give the answer too.
Cool. Okay, hold on. Now, Cynthia and Jeff may not know this one. Sometimes they're a little iffy on the music stuff, especially post like 1980. So don't say
that's because I'm younger and better looking.
There you go. That you are now. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, I think we might get an I don't know from them. I'm going to give it another couple of seconds. I didn't even use our amazing and wonderful prop. Oh. This is our prop for this thing.
You got a question mark and a circle. That's very good. Did you learn that in class?
Thousands that we spent on this. This is, oh man, our whole production department worked on that for weeks.
Oh my.
Man, they're getting, it's like, I'm old and I don't have an effing clue, says Cynthia and Jeff. So you beat them up. Wait. Let's make sure you're right. What was the song, Jeff, that inaugurated MTV?
Video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio star.
Yes, that was it.
Oh, I thought they know it, man. One of the bonus questions is, can you name how many of the original 5 the VJs? They were called VJs on MTV.
I can do
and one of them and I have something very big in common.
Well, we there you go. We've seen your uvula. Is that it or no? Well, is it? Well, one of them died. Like the black guy with the curly hair, he died. Nina Hartman is still with us. Yeah. There was Curry something. Adam Curry, Martha Quinn, whom every guy loved, and who else? Well, Blackwood. Nina Blackwood. Who am I forgetting? Who was the blonde guy? They're getting this JJ. Cynthia and Jeff are doing it. Nina, JJ. He was.
Wait, are they looking it up? Because they didn't even know MTV, or they didn't know.
Otherwise, they would give like real complete. Quinn, of course. That's 3.
Come on, just give up, and I want extra
was
point.
Kurt Loder one of them? Kurt Loder, was he one of them? No, they brought him later. Okay. I think I don't want to give it away also for Cynthia, but I think there was an Allen in there somewhere. I think they're stuck on 3. I'm stuck on the ones that I had. So Jeff, who were the original VJs of.
Well, I'll give you the one you missed.
Yeah.
Mark.
Alan?
No, it was Mark Goodman.
Oh my gosh. Mark Goodman, right. Of all people, of course you would know Mark Goodman, Jeff Goodman. There you go. Wow. And yeah, I think we did lose one of them. I could be totally wrong about that. I think J.J. Jackson left the planet. If I'm wrong, forgive me. Yeah.
Well, he probably didn't leave the planet. He just moved down south.
Oh, you mean
under the crust
hell?
of the earth.
Oh, I don't even want to know. All right, here we go. Are you ready for our last question?
Yes.
Yesterday quiz. Speaking of music, on that very same day that MTV launched in 1981, the song Endless Love was released.
Oh.
It would become a #1 hit and was cited by Billboard as the greatest duet of all time. And it's been covered by everyone from Shania Twain to Mariah Carey. But which twosome sang the original? Don't say it, but Endless Love, very popular song.
My endless love.
It sounded just like that in the original. That was the first original track, a cappella. And it was for the movie. There was that,
Wasn't that with Brooke Shields?
I believe it was, yeah. Endless Love, one of these weepy teenage romance movies.
I think it was Brooke Shields and Christopher Atkins? Oh, that was Blue Lagoon.
That was Blue Lagoon, yeah. Oh, we have an answer from Cynthia and Jeff. So, Jeff, can you come up with it? I'll give another hint. The song was written and produced by one of the singers. So one of the two people who sang the song is also the guy who wrote the song and produced it.
Yes. I think now I know it.
You can say it.
I was getting lost on him.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's, I just lost his first name, Ashford. It was Ashford and Simpson who wrote the song, right?
No.
Oh.
No. It wasn't Ashford and Simpson. Good guess. Really good guess.
And Barbra Streisand did that one.
And it's not Barbra Streisand. It's not My Uvula. It is two African Americans, a male and a female.
Oh, I thought it was a white woman and a black man.
No. They're both black. And Cynthia and Jeff took a guess, and it's definitely not their guess because they said the Captain and Tennille. Love will keep us together.
Love will keep them together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We lost Jeff. Oh no.
I'm
Jeff,
on low battery.
Oh, all right. Well, we're finishing the segment. So Jeff, we're going to take a quick guess as to Endless Love. Who sang it? Who did it?
I can't remember.
Well, the answer is.
Give me one of them and see if I can figure out the.
I'll give you a hint. Hello.
Dolly Parton.
Is it him we're looking for?
Oh, hello.
Joyce got that. Hello, is it me you're looking for?
Oh, that's what's his name? His daughter was on that crazy kooky show with the Hilton, Paris Hilton, right?
I guess you're right. Yeah. Yes, you're right. His daughter Nicole.
Yeah. I forgot his name.
All right. Well, I gotta give it to you. Okay?
Give me the guy.
Your phone dies. It's Lionel Richie.
Oh, okay, right.
And baby love, my baby love, need you. Oh, how I need you.
And Diana Ross.
Yes.
Really?
Lionel Richie were the duet for, and I wouldn't have gotten it either. Honestly, it's not my kind of music, but they were.
I remember the song. And when you said Lionel Richie, I can hear him do it, and I can hear the song.
Right.
I still can't believe it. I don't remember it being Diana Ross, but Lionel Richie, I say, yeah. I mean, I know you're right, but
and
I'm 20%, so we're okay until I die.
So I think you were, let's see,
then I can meet the captain.
You got
then I can meet the captain and J.J. Abrams if I'm dying.
And I think you got 3 right. Did you, or 2 or 3? You got the Dodgers.
I got 2 right plus a bonus.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I got 3 right plus.
You got 3. You got Bangladesh. Yeah. So not bad. Cynthia and Jeff, I think they came up with 6 out of 8. I think they were.
Cynthia and Jeff.
No, they're 5 out of 8 because they didn't get Diana Ross and
I still owe them a balloon.
You do indeed from last week. So Jeff, I've got to finish. We're already 15 minutes overtime on the show, so I'm going to let you go. But first of all, I want to wish
They
you
said 5 for 8.
no, five for 8. So there are 60 something percent.
Okay,
Listen-
wait, so I have to get, what are the numbers? 17, 5.
17 and
Oh.
30. Oh, hold on, I'll find it. I think. Cynthia and Jeff suggested that you play. Where do they all go?
Oh,
All
I
the,
don't know. She said still winning, but I think she means writing.
still writing. Oh, well.
Okay, I'll wait for them. I'm not
Oh,
going to
they're
tell
waiting.
you.
They're still waiting for their balloons.
Oh.
Yeah. So Jeff, it's great. Literally, it is great to see you. Have a fine time in Vegas. Enjoy,
you.
and then come back and get that surgery done, and we'll talk to you. And
Okay,
see-
wait, hold on. I want to show you. I'll go outside. I didn't show you the strip from outside yet.
Oh, Jeff's got the script for us. This is exciting.
Yes. Oops. Hold on. That mask has to go back on. A lot of people crossing me. I feel bad. I should not be so not. Okay. Let me get the picture, the switch. Turn the camera around. That's
Turn
another
it
one.
upside down. By the way, folks, we have a little bit more of the show to go. We've got our Wretched Pun of Destiny and our Colorado Limerick of the Damned coming up.
And you made me call in early for that. Okay, there's the Gold Coast thing. The
Yeah.
Rio, let me go. I have to go out into the street. The Rio's down there. Can you see that? Ooh, it's
Okay,
so
I see
bright.
that. Yeah.
And then that's where there's somewhere. Oh, there we go. That's the Vidara and the Mandarin Oriental. That's the new city center buildings. And some condos. And of course, we're right on beautiful Flamingo Road.
Of course.
It's flamingo, but I think it's nice. I mean,
Well,
it's.
I'm not a huge fan of Las Vegas, but it's you know. It is
Well,
what it is.
I should be moving here in 3 months.
Right.
I should be a resident in 3 months. So
Knock wood, man. Once you've had your surgery and you're healthy, thank God, and things are great. So
entrance.
yeah, I'm gonna let
Oh, I
you.
think-
Yeah.
Oh no, that's an entrance that's open. It's like find your gold at the Gold Coast. See?
Find your gold.
Just wait till your next shot pot.
I'm gonna cut you out here because we really want to finish the show.
You don't want to finish me inside the casino?
No, I don't need to see more.
They're gonna wait. I want you to see. They take your temperature.
Let me
They're
see.
very safety conscious.
So literally, when you walk in the door, there's going to be someone who
See?
Wow, excellent.
Oh. See this little? They put a little camera at the end. They check your temperature.
Oh man, this I want to see.
Am I cool? See, there we go. Someone has proclaimed me cool.
Let me see how they do it, because I have to do this at work every day too.
What's that?
Well, nobody's stopping you. Where's the temperature check?
You didn't see the guard at the door? Look.
Well, no. But he's not doing any. He didn't stop you and hold the.
You see that white camera up there?
Yeah.
That checks your temperature as you walk in.
Really?
Yeah,
that thing?
Yeah, that takes your temperature, and then there's on the video screen it'll tell them. They'll tell if you're hot, they'll give you more extensive exam.
But nobody's even stopping. It's not like you're standing.
No,
there.
he just.
Yeah.
Hold on.
No,
Let me ask him to tell you. Tell my friend what you do. He didn't understand about the camera and stuff. You just stop them from if they come in and they're hot. What happens?
So you get a 5-minute cool down. You go to the blank.
Oh.
Still over 100.4.
Really? Okay. But see the camera up here. There's a camera over here. Wait.
Yeah.
That checks everyone's temperature. They have you coming down a very narrow alleyway, so it's one at a time.
Oh, so it's catching.
Thanks. He didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, man.
See?
That's cool.
You always
literally,
learn something with me.
It wasn't hot, thank God. So, yeah.
And then there's one more.
I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna end the show, but I want to thank you so much for being with us. Huh?
Okay.
I can remove them.
I want to show you one more escalator. They have 1 million escalators here because they're all these places.
Yeah.
You can go to see another big escalator. That's to the Arizona and Nevada ballrooms.
Whoa.
And of course, don't forget the big thing here. This is a big thing here.
Like
There
like
it is.
Yeah, is what?
It's
Oh,
the TGI Fridays
this?
inside, right?
My God.
It's inside the hotel.
All right, Jeff, I'm going to let you go. Have a great
Okay.
weekend. Have a fantastic trip in Vegas, and we will get you back on the show quite soon to hear more of your adventures.
Okay, I will write down 3 and 17. There any other numbers?
What was it? 37, I think, was the other one. 37.
3, 17, and 37. Okay.
No. 37, 17, and 5. Those were the numbers. All right, have a great one, man.
3, 5, 17, 37. Got it.
Bye-bye, man. Jeff Goodman, ladies and gentlemen, here in the Daverhood. This is kind of like a travelogue. This is so cool. I feel like who's the guy who goes to all the churches?
Rick Steve.
Rick Steves. There you go. I'm Rick Daves in the Daverhood. A little bit more to do on the 757th episode of the Dave's Gone By Facebookio, Podcastio, Programmio of the stream. So yeah, we've done a bunch of stuff, but now we get to the cringy part of the program, ladies and gentlemen, because we have not only our Wretched Pun of Destiny, but our Colorado Limerick of the Damned. So we'll do the Wretched Pun first. The Wretched Pun is a short story, very short, that is capped by an absolutely wretched play on words, a pun, essentially, that no one in this room, no one in this universe is actually proud of, and yet I do them anyway. So today's Wretched Pun of Destiny has to do with the radio, or radio in general. And I'll do this one in honor of Cousin Brucey, who chose to retire from Sirius XM this past week. I'm trying to reach him and trying to get him on this program because you want to talk about culture from Brooklyn from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and so forth. So yeah, I don't think he's being squeezed out. I think it was his decision, which is great. And he says he's not retiring. He's going to do some other things. So Cousin Brucey. So we will send this, I don't know if it's really honorable, send this Wretched Pun of Destiny in his honor, and also, come to think of it, as Jeff Goodman says, he's a proud gay man. This will have relevance to him too, our Wretched Pun of Destiny. The day has gone by, Wretched Pun of Destiny. The cast of Queer Eye from the Straight Guy are busy promoting their new line of healthy snacks, everything from whole wheat cookies to sugar-free gum. One morning, they're guesting on a radio show when the signal fails and the station goes off the air. In runs the engineer who starts pulling cables looking for the problem. There's a fray in one of the wires. I can do a quick fix by tying it into a knot, he says, but I need something for insulation. Anybody have a rubber band? The Queer Eye guys look, but can't find one. However, the engineer notices their snacks on the table. That's it, he says, snatching a wad of their chewing gum. I call this the hide and seek repair, he says. Hide and seek, says Bobby. Why? Because, replies the engineer, radio not, Queer Eye gum. We here at Dave's Gone By apologize for bringing you the Wretched Pun of Destiny. Let's keep the classical music going for a little bit as we move into our next segment. This is very quickly where we say hello in our sort of way to folks who've been on this program in months and years past. Now, we were just talking to Jeff Goodman, who's been on our program dozens of times, going back to when we were on terrestrial radio together. there are famous people, not so famous people who've been on the show. And we like to check in and let you know what they're up to, how they're doing since they've been on Dave's Gone By. We call them the Friends of the Daverhood. Well, big congratulations. We actually posted this on Facebook earlier in the week to Alan Menken, who won the EGOT. That means, and it's a very special group, there's only about 16 or 17 people who have ever done this. They have won the Emmy, the Grammy, the Oscar, and the Tony Award, which means that they're, have their fingers in all these different pies in terms of entertainment. So Alan Menken, this past week, got a Daytime Emmy for his song for Disney's Rapunzel. He wrote the song Waiting in the Wings with our other friend of the Daverhood, lyricist Glenn Slater. So big congratulations to both of them, and especially to Alan Menken for winning the EGOT. Yay. And best of success going forward to our friend of the Daverhood, Tom Melcher. He is the founder of Show Score. Remember, we had him on about a year or two ago talking about this website that aggregates both what critics are thinking of certain shows or shows that open on and off Broadway, and also what just regular people who go to the theater think of the shows. It's Show Score, and he's leaving it. It's the website has been swallowed up by Today Ticks, so they're going to keep it going once COVID is over and Broadway and off Broadway are back up and booming. So Tom Melcher will step down as the CEO. The brand remains, but congratulations on the success that he's had with Show Score. Want to let you know that PS Classics is re-releasing the Dancing in the Dark album by our musical friend, Jeff Harner. So go look for that from PS Classics. Edward Einhorn is a playwright who co-wrote a show called The God Project, which you can find on Vimeo, and it's project spelled Projekt, The God Project. Today, or probably tonight, Speak Up, Sing Out. It is a drive-in concert featuring our friend of the Daverhood, Alice Ripley, and a whole bunch of other Broadway-type people, and it's happening at the Weather Vane Theater in New Hampshire. So basically, you go in your car, roll down your window, or maybe there's speakers to keep your windows up, and then see all these Broadway people. It's, I guess, a benefit for that theater. It's a drive-in concert tonight in New Hampshire. Want to let you know that towards the end of the weekend through August 9th, oh my goodness, it is something called the Homebound Project. Various plays, among the actors in them, alert, Austin Pendleton. Yes, he's staying busy. He will be part of that Zoom broadcast, and you can find it at homeboundtheater.org. Want to let you know also that on Friday, August 7th at 11 o'clock in the evening, I guess because it's emerging from the West Coast, Ballots Over Broadway is a concert all about politics and the elections, which will feature our friend Andre DeShields and a bunch of other talents as well. So I want to remind you, if you're a theater and cabaret person, you'll want to hear the duets of Eric Comstock and Barbara Fasano on their YouTube page. You'll want to watch Virtual Holston featuring our friend Julie Holston. That is Friday nights on YouTube, and then the archives, you can watch them there anytime. Evan Seplow is the founder and editor, editor-in-chief of StageBuddy.com. Dr. Demento still has drdemento.com, and you can hear podcasts about upstate New York history from our friend Bob Cudmore at bobcudmore.com. And those, my friends, are the friends of the Daverhood. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's 12:30 even Eastern Time, Daverhood time, here in the Daverhood as we do Dave's Gone By. We've had so much fun today. Man, we had a whole tour on a little corner of Las Vegas, courtesy of our friend Jeff Goodman. We also went inside Broadway. We had potato news as well as Greeley crimes and old times. Our yesterday quiz, as well as the Wretched Pun. That's enough entertainment for one show, I figure, but you know what? We're going to torture you just a little bit more because it's time, as it is every week, for a little poem, a 5-line limerick dedicated to a place in Colorado where Joyce and I used to live for a bunch of years. And today's Colorado Limerick of the Damned goes to Rand, Colorado, R-A-N-D, like the Rand Institute. Sorry?
It's a real place.
Yeah, Rand, Colorado. I'm going to tell you about it as soon as, of course, we play our intro music.
A limerick is a comic verse of 5 lines, in which lines 1, 2, and 5 will end with words that rhyme. And likewise, verses 3 and 4 also end with words that rhyme. So this is a limerick.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's our Colorado Limerick of the Damned, and there's a...
Cynthia and Jeff said bye, Jeff.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Jeff Goodman out in Vegas. So he's missing, poor guy, our Colorado Limerick of the Damned, and this is, yeah, you probably want to get the kids out of the room for this one. Rand is a small unincorporated town in north central Colorado, way higher than like Denver. Mostly ranchers, and it was named, they don't even know who it was named after. It could have been one of 2 different pioneers
Somebody said,
named Rand.
I
Yeah.
don't know what Robert was referring to. He said, oh, that's terrible.
Oh, probably the pun.
Yes.
Yeah. Probably the pun. What you can do, one of the nice things about watching the archives on Facebook is that if you see the timestamp of when people make comments, you can go back and watch exactly what they're commenting about. So I'm guessing that was about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I think that's.
And you say that's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, this is even worse, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Colorado Limerick of the Damned, a poem about Rand, Colorado. Ahem. I once knew a fellow from Rand whose sex life was boring and bland. He'd strip to begin it and pump for a minute, then finish the job with his hand. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Colorado Lyric of the Damned. Send your comments and complaints to my attention. Dave's Gone By. Dave's Gone By at AOL.com is the way to do that. Dave's Gone By at AOL.com. And of course,
Oh, Patrick said the pun, yes.
no, definitely the pun. Thank you. Oh, I got my whistle here. Mm. And you can also leave me messages on this Facebook page all week long.
I wouldn't say that.
Dave's Gone By is the Facebook page name. So whether you want to write to me by email or drop me a message here, or follow me on Twitter, by the way, Radio Dave 2 is the Twitter feed. I don't bombard you. I don't leave a zillion Facebook messages. I don't have time. And I don't pop a zillion things onto Twitter. If I find something funny or interesting, I'll share it. I'll let you know what's coming up on the show. And of course, God forbid somebody dies, or this week we were able to celebrate Alan Menken's EGOT. I would put that up too. Thank you, sorry. Oh, this came at the perfect time.
Do you want more?
Because I'm ending the show.
Oh,
Oh,
honey.
my goodness. There you go. Ah, wow.
David, look, watch. Put your hands over your head.
Good TV, huh?
I think you got COVID. I think you got the ping pong.
Yeah.
Did you get sick from ping pong?
Ooh, I have COVID-urea. Here we go.
You got sick from ping pong.
Well, thank you, God, for not visiting this upon me until the end of the show. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Oh, thank you. Yeah, don't miss the nipples. Oh. Nah. That is my darling and adorable and wonderful wife, Joyce, helping me out in my hour of need. I thank all of you for watching the show, for tuning in every week, for telling your friends, your neighbors, your relatives, your enemies, your enemas, to join us every Saturday from 9 until noon for Dave's Gone By, and to watch the archives at davesgoneby.com or catch them at archive.org on YouTube, or even if you just want the audio,
The links are posted.
castbox.fm. Joyce has posted all these links on her page, so it just remains for me, unless you want to take the mic and talk about anything.
No, what are you saying? Go for it.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Turn this mother out.
Don't know if we'll have a guest next week.
David, shake your ass.
I think Rabbi Saul Solomon will visit us next week because he wants to read the papers for you all. He has a lot of fun doing that. So we might bring that segment back next week. Maybe we'll do a Dave's Big Dictionary.
Something about cats will delivery now, have delivery.
How far will the Cats is delicatessen? Stop the presses.
Yeah, I sent you the story because they're hurting with the
real because people can't go in to the Cats' Deli.
It's so small, so Cats is now delivering.
Where Harry gave Sally COVID. Yeah,
no,
now
they
can
will send a salami to your boy in the army.
So how far are they delivering?
I don't think they go.
I want a sandwich now.
You go to Woodrow.
Well, yeah, Woodrow's great, but it's not Katz's. Katz's cuts their pastrami like this thick if you ask them to. It's like
if you tip the guy $1.
You're chewing into a cow when you do this. That's what I like. Ladies and gentlemen, so Katz is delivering.
Look how you brought back the cow to Greeley.
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Oh, we didn't even mention this. I put it on my Facebook page. I hate to end with something sad, something tragic. And not the passing of Olivia de Havilland and not, the other stuff, but no. I'm going to take a moment to do this.
What?
Potato. Greeley, Colorado has an annual Potato Day that they've been doing for over a century. And old Dave has been there. Dave was actually the unofficial mascot, apparently, last year. If you go to the Greeley museums, you'll find I love that picture. You look so handsome. Thank you, Potato. But
no, it's not you, it's Potato.
Because I'm dressed as a potato. Yeah. So yeah, if you literally go to the Greeley museums and you look up.
How good Potato looks. He's really lit.
He's yeah. Thank you. But I'm gonna have to try his eyes or something because they have canceled Potato Day for 2020. Thank you. I'm drying him with my underpants. Look at this. Not only authentic Hanes underpants, which is perfect for drying your potato.
Don't show that.
Don't show that.
Too soon.
Don't show the smear. Okay. But potato, unfortunately, because of COVID and because of the planning involved, there will be no Potato Day this September in Greeley. I know, Potato. I know. Wow, Potato's really upset. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here. Hug, sorrow, so sad. Hey, maybe, guys, in 2021, maybe then they'll bring it back and we'll all have a great time. I'll fly in. We'll see the axe thrower and the Black Civil War veteran people that are actually veteran. They're playing Blacks in the Civil War. What else are there? The butter makers and the book sale.
The book sale. They have all that stuff. They
Mexican dancers.
They have the potato lady who's like the potato council, always gives us free swag.
And I've heard, this is just on the QT, that there's even going to be a booth there from the Chinese restaurant Ping Pang Pong.
No, they have a beer garden, which does the same thing. Drinking hot beer in the heat.
Oktoberfest indeed. So I'm sorry, Potatoes, about the bad news, but we'll have our own Potato Day right here in New York. Okay, guys? Okay. I'm sorry, guys. You know what? I'm gonna give them some ketchup. Just oh, where you go? It's over there. Hold on.
I said and then hashtag no Potato Day 2020.
Let me make them feel a little bit better. Hold on. Here we go, guys. It's not even the Heinz. This is the really good stuff. This is the Sir Kensington ketchup. Here we go. Let's give them a feeding. Good potato. Well done. Well, now share with your brother. You can tell when the show goes overtime. I just do anything, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much to Jeff Goodman for being such a marvelous guest in the Daverhood. So great I'm so glad you could finally, after 17 and a half years, see my friend Jeff Goodman. And thank you to my darling and adorable wife, whom you could see, except she doesn't want to go on camera. But she's lovely and adorable. And
Because I'm in the witness protection program.
that's, yeah, she's in hiding, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm
And
like that 69 rapper.
who's that?
He squealed. I'm not in
Oh.
witness protection. I just don't
Oh.
like my image. I think
No.
it's graven.
Oh, well,
I
anyway.
don't believe in the graven image.
Well, she says she's in hiding, and I'll give her a good hiding later, if you know what I'm saying. Oh!
Look at all these people. Just look at this.
Thank you so much for all the people who tuned in and watched and responded to Joyce's prompts and things. Well, most of those are yours putting up just icons. Yeah.
Keep going. Watch. Look at
Yeah.
that chunk. That chunk. Look at that chunk. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Joyce is scrolling through all the people who watched the show.
We got a lot of fans.
Well, thank you guys. Remember,
Kiss like this. Like,
the best way to support this program is send me money. But the second best way to support this program is just get more people to watch it. And of course, if you happen to know somebody who is a general manager of a radio station or a TV station, tell them about old Dave. What was that, babe? I basically, I'll take even a syrup daddy. I don't need a sugar daddy. I'll take a sweet and low daddy. That's how desperate I am at this point. So, but seriously, the more people know about the show, the more we can bring the show to other folks, and the more we can build it to even another level than we are now. So welcome to people who join now. Remember, you can catch the 3.5 hours you missed by going to davesgoneby.com or just scrolling down right here on this Facebook page. Everybody, stay cool. I know it's August. I know the pandemic is, knock wood, easing in New York, but raging halfway across the country. It's the times we're living. And just think, in 3 more weeks, kids will be in school for about a day and a half. That's what's really going to happen. You know that, right? Anyway, have a wonderful week. Thanks so much for being with us in the Daverhood, and gone by.
Days gone by, they're gone by. Days gone by, they're gone by. Days gone by, they're gone by.
Potato Day! Someday!